Game Fest Quality Tanzania Limited Production. Yellow Banana.
Wewe uko tayari kumoa huyu binti nasi?
Niko tayari.
Kwa hiyo ninachosema sasa hivi,
Expectation.
huyu binti unakwenda naye Dar es Salaam. Finish and clap.
Yellow Banana. Expectation. Blandina Chakula.
Anaweza kuwa kipofu kwa muda au kutokuona kabisa. My God. Najua kabisa kwamba
Vincent Kigosi.
lakini hatuna budi kubeba.
Yellow Banana. Expectation. Pata nakala yako sasa ipo madukani. Yellow Banana. Yellow Banana.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3.
Have fun storming the castle. What's up, motherfuckers? This is Bananalaser. We are fucking back in the studio. Get ready to fucking have, bananas thrown at your earbulbs. And because we're going to blow shit up. My name is Matt. Wizzel if you're nasty. And with me, as always, is the guy that I'm always outside of his house holding a boombox playing Peter Gabriel is Dave Z. What the fuck is up, Dave Z?
Buongiorno, bitches.
That's right. Wow. Whoa.
Staying in pace with the show, you know.
I didn't know you were bi. Holy shit.
I'm fucking bi, try, fucking all of it. What's up, Wizzel? What's up, fucking everybody out there? It's been way too long, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, way too long. Yeah, we're back, and we're here in the studio, happy to do a show. We fucking love this shit. Thanks to all the new listeners out there and everybody in Bananalaser land. Love you guys, and we're here to do it. Let's fucking do it. Get ready for some potassium to explode all over you. Because we're bringing it. We're bringing it. So, yeah. Dave, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. It's great to be back. Fucking, and once again to the listeners, thank you so much because, we just got the Horrorphilia news the other day, and we got 4 in the top 6, and man,
that is incredible. I can't believe that. How?
I don't fucking know. It's overwhelming, and it feels good, So we're doing something right.
Some would say we're riding some coattails. Some would say.
Some might say, but I'll tell you what, we're gonna keep it going, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of riding coattails, though, I want to get into this at the top of the show before we do anything else, and that is, first of all, I didn't say it the last show, but congratulations to Paul Sweat. I believe that's how you say her name, Paul Sweat, for
her
winning.
Name? Her?
His name. Did I say
her? Okay, I thought I was all fucked up.
Oh my god!
Poor guy. I don't even remember. Paul Sweat? Okay, I thought maybe
Paul
it said
Sweat.
Paula and I heard it wrong. Okay.
Oh my god, no. Okay, sorry,
Not
Paul.
Keith Sweat. Sorry.
Getting real sexy. Paul Sweat, he won the fucking Evil Dead Blu-ray giveaway that we did a couple episodes ago. Congratulations to him. And speaking of giveaways, we're starting a new one right this fucking second. Can you believe it? I mean, how much shit can we give away?
Right? Holy fuck. Next thing you know, I'm going to be giving my... Nah, forget it.
Yeah, don't give that away. But anyways, okay, you guys may or may not know. I know we got a lot of crossover fans for the Skeleton Crew show. If you are not listening to the Skeleton Crew show, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah,
holy shit. They're on Horrorphilia. They have the 3 craziest best hosts in all of podcasting. They do the best interviews. I mean, seriously, what are some of the interviews? They did Bill Moseley, Adam Green twice.
Yeah, right? Twice. Fucking 2-timed it with him. Isn't that something?
Linda Blair. They got these great interviews. They do some of the best retrospectives I've ever heard. Psycho, being the top of the food chain on that. They got,
I agree.
Texas Chainsaw. They just got dude, they're just knocking it out of the park. So, anyways, I'm a huge fan of them. I made some T-shirts for the show. I tried to sell them. Nobody wants to buy them. You know.
Maybe now they will, because remember, I made an appearance on the last show.
No, yeah, okay.
So maybe they will try to buy them now. Maybe I'll help. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
But listen, back to the Skeleton Crew. I had a great time with them. Thanks again. Yeah. But I got to tell you, there's nothing like I did that. I did a few other things too while we were gone, but there's nothing like being back in the fucking Laser Lounge. Nothing.
The Laser Lounge, love it. Yeah.
This is the place to be. There's no place I'd rather be than right here, right now.
Yeah, all the bananas you can eat. I mean, seriously. Come on.
That too, right?
Yeah, right lasers and bananas. It makes sense, people. Come on.
Yeah, believe it. Yes.
So, anyways, I made these shirts for the crew. Like them, love them, whatever. So I got some leftovers. So what I want to do is give some of these away to the people. Okay, I know this is Bananalaser, but I got Skeleton Crew shirts. We love that show. We hope you love that show. You should. If you don't, you're, I don't know, maybe a moron. But anyways, I want to give them away. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to tell you how many I'm giving away. I'm just giving away some. I'm giving away multiple shirts here, people. Okay, but this is what I want you to do. I want you to pick up your phone. I want you to call our Bananalaser line. Okay, and I want you to tell us why you love, why you hate anything, why you love or hate the Skeleton Crew, why you love or hate Bananalaser, but something along that lines. And I will pick, or Dave and I will pick the best ones of the bunch, the ones that really deserve it, the most enthusiastic voicemails, and we'll mail out some shirts.
Yeah, be creative, people, please.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So
have fucking fun with it, like we do when we're on the air. You know?
Yeah, I'm having fun right now. You know,
absolutely.
It's a blast.
They should be doing it too.
The number is 314-720-8842. I will say it again. 314-720-8842. Call that number. Leave a voicemail. Why do you love the Skeleton Crew? And you just might get a shirt. Do it now.
Yeah, fuck, get on that shit.
Yeah, stop the show, turn it off, go to the phone, leave a message, and then, boom, maybe a shirt will be in your possession. Who knows? But be warned, I might play that shit on the air.
Oh, yeah, we intend to play a lot on the air. As long as it's not a prank, because we've had enough we plugged the phones back in. Luckily, so far, so good. Knock on fucking wood for this show, but... Yes, we want to play some on air because that's fun. Oh boy, the fucking dogs again. Shut them dogs up.
Hey Dave, who let those dogs out?
Those sons of bitches. You guys better chill out. You know why they did that, don't you?
No.
Oh, you don't know why? Watch. Hold on. The one time they didn't fucking do it, I make a fake knock. Unbelievable. They fucking made liars out of me on top of it. No food for you, bitches.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. But no, it's true. With dogs. Oh, they heard me say food. All right.
They heard you say food. Oh my god.
Get them out of the room. Come on.
Yeah, get them out of the fucking laser lounge here.
Exactly. They don't belong.
Go slip them a banana or something and send them on their way. So
the show's gone to the dogs, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it kind of started there, but anyways, all right. So now voicemails.
Yeah. Yes, please leave them. And you know what? Don't just leave them for that. We want voicemails and emails and shit anyway, because if they're good and they're entertaining, we're gonna put them on. So what the fuck? Get on the air.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, our email is bananalaser@gmail.com. So go there.
Yeah, go there.
Yeah, send us all your crazy thoughts, send us pictures of your bananas, whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Bring it on, man.
Yeah, we're crazy fucks.
That's for sure.
We like that shit. So let's get into it. Let's get into the bulk of the show. Mr. Z and I, we love Italian horror. We're not afraid to say it. We fucking love that shit. No, Yeah, we want to do a couple Italian horror movies for you guys, but we still have yet to decide what they're going to be, right? So we don't even know what we're going to fucking talk about right now. So what we've decided is we're making a little money with the show now. Don't ask me how. But we're, somehow with the podcast we're making money. I don't get it either. And see,
we're pimping out them dogs.
The dog agrees with me.
Yeah,
we're making money. I had producer Pete build for us a fucking wheel of horror, and he's gonna wheel that in for us right now. Hey Pete, produce. Yeah, come on, bring in that fucking wheel. Right now. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this motherfucker is huge.
Yeah, well, fucking A, dude. He's in control of the dogs, too. He's not doing a good job with it.
Yeah, right there.
Hopefully, right?
Put it right there. Yeah, okay. I can reach it now. That's perfect. Okay, the wheel is in. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue our walk through the 80s. Cue the music for that. Do we have music for that?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Laser Kasem. And we're walking through the 80s. Coming up after the first review, we have a long-distance listener dedication.
Oh, that would be great. So anyways, yeah, walk through the 80s. We're continuing that. We're on 1984. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up over here. I'm going to set this fucking wheel.
Nice.
There we go. 1984.
Spin. Go on.
There we go. Now.
Cue the Van Halen music, Sorry.
I'm also here since we want to do Italian. I'm gonna turn this knob right here. I'm gonna click that on Italian. Okay, there we go.
Italian. We're doing
now,
Italian this week.
I got set on 1984. I got set on Italian horror.
Come on, Dario. Come on. My money's on Dario. Damn it, my man.
Yeah, we'll see. Dave, why don't you go ahead and give that fucking thing a spin, and we'll see what we land on.
All right, let me see if I can fucking cue it up to Dario. God damn it.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That might not stop for a while. Holy shit. Here we go. Okay. And, all right. Okay. It landed on a 1984 flick directed by Lucio Fulci, and that is Murder Rock, a.k.a. Dancing Death.
Dancing Death, yes.
A.k.a. Slashdance?
Son of a bitch, you stole my joke. I was going to Slashdance too. Very good.
Oh.
Well, at least we think alike. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why the fuck wasn't it Slashdance? Are you kidding me?
Dude, I do love Murder Rock, though. I mean, Murder Rock.
Murder Rock is cool, but come on. Slashdance? How the fuck could you... It sounds like a Troma release, I'll give you that, but I mean, shit, cash in.
Yeah, Slashdance. That's definitely good. So, okay, let's talk about this movie now. We spun the wheel. This movie is basically, it takes place in New York, and it's about a dance. It's not a school, right? It's about a dance troupe or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
No, it is a school.
It's a school. Okay, it's about a dance school, and there's a murderer in the school. It's like a giallo where you don't know who the murderer is.
It is a giallo.
You see like POV shots of the murderer and stuff like that, and so all these dancers are getting knocked off, and you don't know who the murderer is, and you gotta kind of piece it together, and it's fun, while you're seeing all these murders and stuff going on. So that on top of there being some sweet dance moves and and a whole lot of wacky jabaki music. I mean, like it opens up and it has a dance scene for the credits. Okay, and it has some break dancers, and I was like, okay, okay, this is cool. I'm on board. And then it cuts to like the opening scene, and that's a dance scene. I'm like, okay, the first fucking 15 minutes is like a dance scene in this fucking movie, but
it's a lot of dancing. Yes.
Dude, okay, how about that? The first song, whenever the fucking girls are dancing in their studio, and it's so catchy and so terrible at the same time. I was singing it since I first saw the movie, I was singing it for days after that.
Really? Can you kick me a lyric or no?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Here we go. It's like, paranoia's coming your way.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Paranoia, you're right. Yes,
Yeah,
that
dude.
is the song.
Yeah, it was fucking
Wow.
hilarious.
I like the beginning, even though it's cheesy, when they were showing New York City and the dance clubs and the break dancers, and it was totally it was cheesy and it was 80s,
it was
but
good.
it was great. They played that other song, and they were going, tonight is your night.
Yeah.
Feels so good to be alive. That shit. Oh man.
It's so cheesy, but it's like so catchy, and I'm humming it, even though I don't know the words or anything. I'm like humming the shit for like a couple of days afterwards.
And I thought, honestly, the whole movie was going to have that type of flavor to it, where it was going to be a movie where, even though it was Fulci, and I'm not a huge Fulci fan to begin with, even though I love giallos, I thought it was going to be a movie that was completely ridiculous just because of the first like 10-15 minutes, that it was going to be a movie that you appreciate it because it's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate it for that at all. The tone changes. Granted, there's still some shit, but the first 15 minutes, it's kind of off the hook with cheese, you know?
It's basically the music. I mean, it's so cheesy with the music, it kind of throws you off.
You know, it's dated as fuck, you know?
Oh, absolutely. And if you guys don't know, if you guys aren't a fan of Italian horror, there's a specific type of stuff that happens in Italian horror that runs through most of it, such as even though this is set in New York, you know, it's definitely an Italian production. Like everything is dubbed. Even if they're speaking English, it's fucking dubbed.
Always, yeah.
You know, they always do that shit, you know. Some people are really turned off by it. You know, I don't care. You know,
I'm attracted to it.
The dubbing. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of a weird thing that I'm interested in. You know, It doesn't turn me off at all. There's weird stuff like that. It being a giallo, there's definite thing. You know, it's basically an Italian slasher, and so a lot of the same things happen in these giallo movies where it's like you don't know who the killer is. You see these POV shots of them killing people. It's very unique to that style of filmmaking. So if you're not already prone to liking that stuff, then you might be totally, you know, we're making fun of it, but we like this shit, and you might be totally thrown off from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
No, yeah, it's not for everybody. But most of the time, the gore and the kills and the style of it are just so over the top that it's like not like stuff that you get here in America. And I think that's why we like it. That's why I like it. You know?
Well, yeah, and they're always whodunits too. There's always the plot is a little. You know, you're trying to figure out who the killer is. You know?
Absolutely. So I mean, really, I was, you know, with this movie, it's like that, but there's zero to little gore in this movie. There's almost no blood in this fucking movie. About halfway through it, the first time I watched it, I was thinking like, okay, this is like, if it wasn't for seeing breasts almost the entire time,
yeah, we saw a few of those. Yeah.
This is like a fucking this is like a Lifetime murder mystery.
Yeah, fucking murder.
Seriously, I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, this is Fulci. He did Zombie 3. You know, it's gonna be gore-tastic.
Oh, he's had some gore fests. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And
why this was chopped up, I don't know.
There's almost zero of that in this movie, and I think that's to the detriment of the film.
I agree. Sure, it would definitely fucking go up at least half a star in our rating system had it been gorier. But the thing is, the kills that were done, they were all done the same way. Because
all done the exact same way.
The guy had a signature way of doing it, so there really wasn't too much they could have done. Honestly, I don't even think this is a case of it being hacked by
No,
You know,
it was designed this way.
censored. Yeah, it was
I think
designed that way.
I think he wanted to tell more of a suspense story as opposed to he wanted to get away from that. That's my guess. That's the only thing I can guess because
it's unusual.
To describe the kills in this movie, they're virtually all the same, and there's maybe 4 or 5 of them. But the killer, he stalks these dancers, and he chloroforms them, and so they pass out, and then they're either naked or he rips open their shirt, and he takes a hat pin, and very slowly, very meticulously, which is cool. I mean, it is cool. It was very cool, but he meticulously puts it in their chest, around the breast region, and around the titties, and pierces their heart. Eventually, that's why I'm assuming what he's doing.
That's when they say it too. That he that he pokes the heart with
the needle. Which is interesting, but at the same time, every murder is the same, and there's no gore, which we've come to kind of expect the gore in these movies.
Yeah.
And so by the time the second kill happens, I'm like, wait, I just saw this. This is not like Friday the 13th where every kill is like something different. This time he throws the sleeping bag up against the tree or whatever. It's all different. Those movies are different. This one was all the same. It was more built around the mystery, I guess, of the movie. Did you feel that was enough to like carry the movie, the whole mystery of it all?
The mystery was okay. And it kept me, I don't want to say glued to the screen, but it kept me interested in the movie. But I really wish they would have done something besides the one method of kill. It would have been a big boost overall to the movie if they did different things. I mean, if this was an Argento movie, fuck. There would have been so much more going on. There would have been more creative kills. There would have been more to it. The best stuff about this was the dream sequence was kind of cool. The girl was dreaming, and they showed it, and that was okay. I mean, the quality, the cinematography was okay. I mean, it was okay. You know what I mean? It was executed decently. It was just, I don't know why he went that way with every kill being the same.
Dude,
Fulci's not my favorite, but he's had gore in movies before.
Oh yeah, big time. And you're right. If it was Argento, even Argento does giallos where it's just a guy with a knife or a switchblade or something like that. But still, each one of the kills is different and intriguing enough, to keep my interest. This one, even though I thought it was interesting, like the first kill was very, it was I guess pulse pounding, kind of. It got me adrenalized. It's like, okay. This girl's just laying there. She's not fighting it because she was chloroformed, but it was still like cool and stylized, the way it was done. But then that's it. After that, it's like you're going to repeat that, 3 more times. No, I don't think so. I'm not going to give that to you. It's not interesting. You got to change it up.
The plot was okay though. It was interesting because it was good enough. Like I said, it was good enough to keep me interested in who done it. And what their motive was going to be, because it was kind of cool. They come in there and they had the studio executives, I guess, if you will, were talking to the guy that runs the school, and they're there in their suit. He's
a fucking sleep. How many of those chicks was he sleeping with?
That guy Dick. Yeah, he had
I was under the impression he was sleeping with the majority of those girls, and
right.
And it was like, okay, he's clearly the lunatic who's sleeping with the girls and then killing them, right? I mean,
and they alluded to it too.
Yeah.
In the one scene, because what happens is, well, to get into the plot a little bit, they're all dancing in the beginning. They're rehearsing this big number, and the executives are talking to this guy. His name is Dick. What the hell is his name? Whatever.
Yeah, Dick's good enough.
Dick Gibson. It's Gibson. Okay, Dick Gibson runs the show, and he has the right name, Dick. For more reasons than one. Okay.
Dick.
Hey, Dick. But
call me Richard. No, I'll call you Dick. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
But he's Dick, and he runs the school or owns the school or whatever the fuck. And he's there with these executives, and the girl Candace, who becomes the lead girl, the lead instructor, finishes the routine is finished. She comes out, and the executives are explaining to Dick that, hey, they have to get a little bit better, but the best part is we only need 3 of the dancers, but we need them a couple weeks early because they're going on to something big. I don't know if it's Broadway but it's something big. But they're going to select 3 dancers for a real, big time gig for what these guys do for a living. So, and the girl gets wind of it. Candace, she goes like, "You need 3, and need them 2 weeks early, and yada yada." So, as the story progresses, it's the best dancers that are getting whacked, and it's.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay. See, I didn't catch that.
Once that they go,
okay.
It was brought up in conversation 2 or 3 times that all the best dancers were the ones that were clearly going to be the ones that were selected. So that's why it becomes such a whodunit because, any of the dancers could have been jealous. Then there's the one, there's the one girl who used to be in charge, the black girl, what's her name? Starts with Margie or something. She used to be in charge, and this Candace girl came in and took over the class. So maybe she has a case of jealousy or something.
Okay, now
Dick, who's been known to have been messing around with at least one of them. So there goes the whodunit phase of it.
Now you mentioned what's her name? The black Marjorie? Is that
Margie? I think her name.
Margie.
Is.
Now she even tries to kill someone later in the movie and then blame it on the murderer. Is that what?
She can't go through with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Candace, the fucking.
That I thought was really good because
it was cool. I thought it was her at that point, obviously.
Yeah, and it's like there's murders going on. I want to kill someone. I'll just make it look like it's this serial killer and get away with it.
A copycat, yeah.
But then she gets fucking busted and it doesn't work out.
And she says I can't do it, and I thought I could kill and I couldn't because they were beefing earlier after the first murder happened. They were beefing because the girl Candace who took over the classes, they're questioning everybody. And she's like, "Well, you're jealous because I took over
that's
class for you and yada yada." And fucking Margie says something to her. She goes, "Why don't you just admit that you're the fucking killer?" Or one of them said the thing to the other. They go, "You're the killer." Or you know what I mean? So they got a couple fucking women bickering at each other, pointing the finger.
Right.
No one knows what's what. How about the? Let me go back to the first kill because there isn't a whole hell of a lot to talk about except for the last 20 minutes. It's where the plot really things actually happen.
Right.
But did you realize that message is coming on during the first girl getting killed, and there's something audio over the speakers of this dance school, and the lights are flashing on and off, which makes the kill convenient when it happens because you can't really see the killer. But lights start flashing on and off, and they say, "This is going to lock in 15 minutes."
It's like the most fucking ridiculous security system. Do places actually have this?
No, I saw that on the fucking on the Nostromo and fucking Alien. They aren't made sense.
Well, yeah,
right.
That's not a dance school for girls.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
no,
I know. It was
okay.
great.
Okay, so basically, what happens? The school is going to get shut down in 15 minutes. So the lights start flashing, kind of in a slow heartbeat rhythm.
Right.
And it's like total darkness, lights on, total darkness, lights on, and then there's a voice saying, "Hey, the school's going to shut down." Here it's like the most ridiculous security system in the world. But I think the only reason it was there because it was a cool visual aesthetic to the kill, and at the time I'm like, this is ludicrous. And then the first girl gets killed, and then immediately, bam! It cuts to the police on the scene investigating,
right?
And they have the exact opposite. They have lights set up that are flashing, flashing very bright, to take pictures and stuff like that. And it's kind of in the same rhythm as the lights going on and off. So it's kind of like a yin and yang kind of thing. And I thought that was
cool.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of clever. It's kind of ludicrous. It makes no fucking sense.
No,
but
it doesn't.
But stylistically,
why did she shower?
Do what?
Did you notice she gets in the shower?
Yeah.
Well, obviously you noticed that because that's what
sure.
She's fooling around with a guy.
Yeah, she whips him out. Yeah.
Yes, and she's like, "We better get the fuck out of here." A guy in the girls' locker area, get out of here. Now the message comes on. You have 15 minutes to go. This woman
it's
gets
time
into
to
the
shower.
shower with 10 minutes to go. Who the fuck
sure.
would put themselves in that position?
Well-
I only got 10 minutes to shower. Now it's a woman, mind you. Not even a fucking guy who can shower in 5 minutes. She's going to go in there. She just finished dancing and sweating. She's going to go in there and shower and get the fuck out in 10 minutes. Why would you put yourself in that position?
Hey, I'm glad she did. It was the first 10 minutes of
yes.
the movie. I'm like, hey, we got boobs. All right.
We got boobs.
We got boobs.
Killed. Right. But I'm sorry, you were talking about something about stylistically.
Yeah, you know how lots of these Italian movies, I mean, we're fans of these, and lots of times these movies are more about style over plot or substance in the actual movie, and I don't necessarily fault them for that, but here, you know, I wanted a little more substance with the movie. I mean, to me, it just didn't have enough going on to keep me interested. I mean, you know, if the kills were there, I probably would have held on. But since the kills were all the same, and it was, you know, even by the last 30 minutes where stuff starts really kicking in, I was still kind of disinterested. So I don't know.
I got okay in the second half when that stuff kicked in with Candace and because think about the way it happened. I mean, you know, actually, I have to talk about that Flashdance knockoff scene because it's just
that was brilliant. I mean, come on,
holy shit.
My girlfriend, she teaches dance and she grew up being a dancer, and so for her to sit down and watch a movie like this with me is pretty funny. Every time something like that comes on screen, I'm like, is this how you guys really do it? Is this how you dance? Is this what happens? Because if so, I'm coming to the rehearsals more.
Right? But that girl, holy fuck. The first girl's name was Susan. She gets whacked and suspicions aroused, right? And that happens. And then how about the fact the guy goes to the other girl's house? Remember? He was her boyfriend, kind of, and he goes to her roommate's house, and they go in there, and the fucking bird gets killed. You know what I'm talking about? The bird gets killed by a pin the same way the girls are getting killed.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck was that all about?
I don't know. But for some reason, he vanishes while this goes on.
Oh,
and then
God.
The other girl's doing the Flashdance knockoff later, which is out of fucking control.
I think they just need to fill the movie with something, and it's like, well, you know, she could do a dance number, you know, because...
It was great. The only thing that was missing was her pulling that fucking thing and falling back in the chair. True. Aside from that, that was exact like that movie Flashdance. It was incredible.
Okay,
that girl was actually kind of hot. Her name was Janice. I remember that. I was considering her for, you know, the banana peel girl.
I think most of the chicks were hot in this.
Yeah. Do you really? Hot?
Hot for 80s? Sure. Yeah.
You know what? Nobody... That Janice girl stood out. She had nice lips.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? Nobody stood out too much. They were all cute.
Yeah, no. In fact, I couldn't even tell a lot of them apart until like they were getting killed. You know what I mean? Yeah, they all look so similar. I mean, they were all cute and fine. Nobody was ugly, but nobody stood out in the entire cast. I couldn't really tell who was who unless you were black. I'm sorry to say that. I hope I'm not offending anyone, but you know that one girl.
They were all white brunettes.
Yeah, the one girl was black, so I knew who she was.
Black, of course, right?
Yeah, you know, the instructor was older, so I knew who she was. You know, but other than that, I couldn't really fucking tell who anybody was.
Yeah, they were all like cute, but nobody went. There was always something in the looks department, something a little bit off. There was no chick you could say, oh, she was hot. There was no like, oh, that's definitely the banana I feel. It was all sevens. It was like a fucking room full of sevens. It was like a fucking second grade classroom. You know?
Yeah.
You know, like 7 years old, get it?
Oh, gross. Okay.
No, 7 years old, a room full of sevens, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's what, okay.
Don't get the wrong idea, damn it.
Moving on. So.
It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. Anyway.
Oh, brother.
A room full of sevens is second grade.
If this show was live, you might have what's his name, Chris Hansel with Catch a Predator at your door. At your doorstep right now.
Holy.
Good thing we pre-taped these, so he's not going to show up for a while.
Yeah, we're okay. So yeah, where the fuck were we? Janice does her little thing, and then she goes back and yeah.
To me, where the movie.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
To me, where the movie really kicks in is the instructor. She has like dreams about a guy that we don't even fucking know. She has a dream where she's getting murdered by a guy. And it's like, what the fuck is happening? You know? And it's an Italian movie, so I come to expect all this weird shit being thrown at me. But then she seeks out this guy, and it turns out he's like an actor or some shit. And she's having dreams about this actor killing her. And so she seeks him out, and then all of a sudden they become friendly and they spend time together. Where would that ever fucking happen?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Like, what the fuck? If I just had dreams about, I don't know, George Clooney, and about him killing me, I was like, I need to go fucking talk to this guy. Hey, you're killing me in my dream. Let's go grab a coffee. I don't think so, but hey, maybe in this brand of New York, things act a little differently. I don't fucking know.
It was fucked up because now she's dreaming about this guy stalking her with the needle, the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's got a glove on, and she knows that's how the girls were killed.
Right.
She's dreaming about this, and did you realize that your song was playing in her dream as this is going on?
Paranoia's coming your way. Yeah, dude, that shit will get stuck in your fucking head.
I hope you put that as the theme song, not the theme song, but you better insert that for fun.
I'll do some inserting. Absolutely.
Yes, gotta do inserting. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's funny because think about it. She dreams about this guy chasing her. She's got the paranoia song going on, the whole nine, and she's cruising along with that guy Dick because he always just seems to be around. And
he just cruising,
right? Yeah, he's always around.
He's always there. He's always sweaty. Do you know? Because he's always he's being interrogated. He's the suspect. He's fucking sweating. He's always looking shady and shit. It's hilarious.
He's fucking coked up, that dude. He's banging fucking dancers. He's a what a life this guy leads.
Dick. Yeah.
Right, Dick. Yes, poor Dick. So Dick is hanging out with Candace. They're cruising, and all of a sudden, she looks up at a billboard of all things, and she sees this guy. She goes, "That's the guy that's in my dream, Dick. That's the guy that's fucking chasing me." And he's well, wow. He goes, "Wait a minute." He goes, I might know that guy, or because he's involved in the politics of New York and the entertainment industry. I might know who's in that billboard. So long story short, he somehow gets it. Now, how fucked up is this? I can't let this go without bringing it up. She goes to this guy's apartment, goes into those old fucking shabby New York apartment complexes where there's a guy behind a glass window, like in Basket Case or on the Blues Brothers, one of those scenes where you walk in and fucking there's a guy he's behind a glass thing, and he's he runs the place. Oh yeah, I'm here to meet so and so, the guy says.
Oh yeah, go on up.
Yeah, well, after she slips him like a C note or a fucking Benny or whatever the fuck she sent him, she slipped him something. But it's funny that she would just, because she dreamt about him, go into the guy's apartment. So now she goes into the stranger's apartment just because she dreamt about him killing her. And she's stooping around in his shit, and he's looking at his drawers, and he sees this and that. And then the guy walks in, and he's fucking hammered. And he goes, "What's the matter? Haven't you ever seen her drunk?" And he's acting like a total dick. The girl runs off and leaves her purse. And all of this proceeds because he finds, first of all, he steals her money out of her purse, and then apparently she called him and said, "Hey, I left my purse at the place." And then they meet up. One thing leads to another, and a relationship ensues.
Yeah, they're best friends. Yeah, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a drunk. He's an actor. I had a dream about him. What the fuck?
I mean, that's more bizarre than fucking meeting someone on the internet to start a relationship. Yeah. That's just out of fucking sight.
That would be like me. Yeah, it's ludicrous. I had a dream about the guys on the fucking Sonic commercial. Instead of eating a pretzel hot dog, they were eating my fingers. So I contacted them, and they were drunks, and they stole my purse. What the? It's retarded.
And then somehow I got wooed by him.
Yeah.
And he took me out to fucking dinner to meet me with the purse.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And
Isn't
so
it some shit?
It's ridiculous. And the first time I watched this, I couldn't believe that. Like, this is where it's going. I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening here? Is he the killer? It is because I don't know. I was thrown off. Yeah, I was like, okay, so this guy's the killer. Because she had a dream about him. I guess so. These movies are wacky. Italian movies are kind of wacky enough to where that this would be logical. So, I guess I assumed that was the path it was going. I mean, we find out later that it wasn't. It was kind of
right.
It was another red herring along with Dick.
Yes. Oh yeah, Dick. Yeah, and at one point you really thought Dick was the guy because
Absolutely.
The third girl that gets killed, her name is Jill. He goes right to her, and of course she's babysitting a girl that's fucking camera happy. I believe she's in a wheelchair or something, and this girl snaps pictures like fucking mad. And right away, as soon as you see her, you know she's gonna take a picture of the killer.
Yeah.
It's just, especially if you've watched Giallos before.
Yeah, it's
the formula.
Yep.
So sure enough, the fucking Dick comes to visit, and we only see half of it. You know what I mean? She snaps pictures as the girl's being babysat, but she has a camera on. She's snapping pictures of this girl. She goes downstairs. Something happens. Somebody comes in and kills this third girl, Jill. And then right after that happens, you see Dick go to the fucking door. Now, why would Dick be going to the door of a dancer's house that works for him as she's babysitting? Not even her house. She's babysitting somewhere else. And then apparently Dick was banging this one too.
Because he's gonna plug it in. His name is Dick. He can't help it. He has an insatiable appetite for vagina.
That he does, and he tries to cover it up. He goes, you know what? The other girls, there was rumors about Susan, and there was rumors about this one, but the only one I ever had anything with was Jill. He's trying to say that she was the one and only.
Yeah, you banged them all, you dirty, dirty man.
Yeah, he
took advantage of these young girls. Yeah, so the police interrogate this asshole, right? And he, that's where he's fucking sweating his ass off.
He was too. How about the guy that got his ass beat? Remember that part by the fucking lieutenant?
No, I kind of.
The guy comes in and he confesses. That fucking other guy, he wanted attention. Nothing became of it. It became a fucking dropped angle. The guy came in and he confessed. He goes, yeah, and he goes, I hate those Puerto Ricans or something because one girl was part Puerto Rican that got killed and something else. And he started getting lippy, and the lieutenant fucking whacked him in the face and fucking drew blood from him right in his fucking, in his office. You don't remember that?
No, not really.
It was ridiculous.
Was that one of the young guys or something?
It was this young blonde dude. Yeah. He fucking came in. He confessed to the killing. Apparently, they said later that he just wanted attention. But he fucking came in there and he confessed. And he goes, I hate this fucking girl. And the one girl, I hate the Puerto Rican girl. And yada yada. And he was talking all this shit. And the fucking lieutenant fucking smacked him around right in his office. Fucking he had a bloody nose and everything.
It's like fucking Guantanamo Bay up in there.
Right.
Holy shit.
It was quite funny. And you're like, wait, somebody just confessed fucking 45 minutes into this movie? Really? And
red herring.
Yeah,
yes. Exactly. Yeah,
red herring, correct.
Yeah, they're just throwing all these red herrings at you, trying to get you to figure it out. But then it swirls around the ending. The instructor lady has a relationship now with this fucking actor or whatever he is. She finds essentially the murder weapon and chloroform at his apartment. Is that right? Something like that. So it's like,
right,
okay, bam,
door. Yeah,
boom. Yep. He's the fucking murderer. Case closed. Punch him in the face, cut his dick off, lock him away, whatever. Movie's over, right?
Right. Well, she calls the cops and rats on him, right, and then runs off.
Bam. That's it. End of story, right? You would think so, right?
Right.
No, not in a fucking.
No, it's not that easy.
Yeah, not in an Italian horror movie. No, there's we gotta throw another twist in there, and essentially, it comes down that the instructor is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And now, does she's the one doing the murders, but does she think that someone else is doing the murders? I didn't quite get that. You know, is she crazy enough to think that she is not doing it? I couldn't fucking remember. Did she know she was like planting evidence and stuff like that, or is she fucking crazy enough that she doesn't know?
No, I don't think she does know.
Yeah.
I think she is crazy enough that she has one of those so-called split personalities, and because she didn't plant the evidence, he found out that she was doing it.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
He was trying to protect her because he actually had feelings for her, so he hid the stuff in his drawers, and I don't know if he was going to turn her in or whatever it was, but he was. I don't know. I forgot exactly what it was, but I know he put the stuff in the drawer because he found him on her or whatever the story was. He was hiding it for her sake, I believe. And then she found there, and she called the cops. But then she runs back, goes in the studio, and then because all kinds of shit goes on. She's in the room, and every girl that got killed, there are pictures of them dancing from their first in the opening scene when the executives are
what
watching
the
them all
fuck
dance.
was that? I mean, did he do that?
Up.
Did she do that?
Well, see, that's when I knew. That's when I figured it out. I figured out the twist before, just because of that. Maybe because I've seen enough Italian cinema that I've gained knowledge on it. But those things are coming up, and they show the first girl and the other girl, and then I think she says their names. She goes Susan, Jill, whatever the fuck, and she shuts all the TVs off, and they come on. So at first you think maybe this guy is turning them on, but that's too simple. He's not doing that. Then it occurred to me, for the first time all movie. The last 5 minutes, it occurred to me. I go, holy fuck, she's doing the killing. And then he comes in, and she says, you killed them all. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And he says, whatever the fuck, Candace, you're a sick girl, he said.
Yeah.
Explained to her, and next thing, then the fuck, how about the way she died? It was weird, huh? She took the needle to herself, but he kind of had it in his hand.
Yeah, he's like...
odd.
Yeah, that was a whole weird. I'm like, well, he assisted her suicide moral, and it's like, what? Kind of looked like you just killed her. I mean, don't get me wrong, she wanted to die because she was fucking nuts, insane. But it's like, it still looked like you just fucking killed her. I don't know. I think at the end of the movie, because the cops come in and all this shit, I think he's going to jail. I think they're still going to arrest him for being involved with this shit. Wouldn't you think?
But he does talk his way out of it, and he has a good one. He does have a good one because he says earlier in the movie, the girl Candace, the killer, says to the lieutenant that so and so about the bird. Nobody knew about that bird being killed with the needle. Except the lieutenant and the lead detective, and that was it. And she mentioned it to him. So that's when they started being suspicious of her, and like, well, wait a minute, they got killed just like the bird did. But you know what? They did hint at her being a little fucked up because earlier, remember she got hit by the car, and those two German guys or Swiss guys, whatever, they pick her up, and then she acts all fucking crazy, batshit crazy, and she jumps out the car and rolls down the fucking hill.
Yeah, that's true.
So they hint at that, and then she tells a story to the guy about how years earlier, she had gotten hit by a motorcycle driver in a hit and run, and that is why she can no longer dance. She can only instruct. But she was like this promising young talent, and
so ultimately she was just wicked jealous. Yeah,
yes,
she was
just
jealous of everyone.
But she was and she was pissed off. Then she discovered that the guy the hit and run motorcycle driver was in fact the guy she was dating, the guy from the billboard. So
you? I didn't fucking get that at all.
Yes,
are you serious?
It all tied in together, and that's when. And then she said it to him. She goes, "You are really the killer." She goes, "You were the one that took my dreams away from me."
Holy shit! I didn't get that at all. Okay, wow, holy shit! That just
was kind of cool. Yeah.
I guess I was kind of like tuned out, checked out by that point. I didn't get that at the end. Holy shit! Okay, so he was. That's why she was having the dreams about him. And why she was having the dream where he was murdering him, because that's how she felt about the whole thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
He took away her chances at success. In a sense, he fucking killed her off because he killed off her career, so to speak. And that's what it was. And then when she got hit by the car with the two Swiss guys driving, something went off in her head. She had the first incident where she got the hit and run by the motorcycle driver, who she met, who's the guy. And the second accident was the two Swiss guys hitting her. And when she got hit the second time, it kicked something else off, and then she started murdering.
Wow, see that
they
just
do
makes
explain it.
That just makes it way more interesting to me that you explained that to me, because I didn't I didn't understand that at all.
Yeah.
And so I guess what to me, if this was maybe done, if this was the same story done by somebody else who had a better way of telling the story and could actually insert some excitement into it by adding a different flavor of kills and stuff, I probably would have enjoyed this a lot more.
Yes, absolutely. And
yeah. Okay.
It was a good point. That's the one thing about a lot of these giallos is they tend to sum it up in a matter of 45 seconds.
Yeah,
so they come up and they'll say ba-da-ba-da-ba,
and then yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Story. Yeah.
Yeah, I do recognize that in a lot of these movies, but this one I didn't catch it. Okay, so that
came full circle. Yes, it did.
Huh. Well, fuck. I mean, shit. Well, I guess
that change your rating? That's my question.
It might.
Right. Yeah.
Well, before we get to mine, let me ask you, what's your rating? How do you rate this movie? Do you hate it, don't like it, really like it, or love it? What do you think? 1 through 5.
I'm gonna kind of take a little bit of a cop out, and well, I'm gonna give it. I'm just gonna give it a 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
2.5 out of 5. I'm in the middle of not liking it and liking it, which sounds kind of weird. That's why I say it's the cop out pick, but I think you can understand why.
I absolutely understand why. We love this style of filmmaking, right. Absolutely, and I love it too. Yeah. But at the same time, this is not a good movie. I think it's done poorly. I think plenty of things could have been maybe explained better or just done better. The style of it, I really enjoy. But like I said before, this is like a Lifetime movie. I mean, essentially, it just wasn't exciting enough. It just
it's in the wrong hands.
Yeah,
Fulci's not good at that. I'm not gonna trash him. But you give this plot to Argento, and this movie goes from a 2.5 maybe to a 4, maybe.
Yeah,
if he adds a little more gore.
Yeah, he could have executed a lot better.
Absolutely.
So for the rating, yeah, I give it the same. I didn't like it. I would say 2.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I feel like I could really like this movie, but ultimately I don't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And if it would have been cheesier, it actually would have been more enjoyable because it would have gone that route. It
would have if there was more musical numbers, like in the first 10 minutes. I would have liked it better because that stuff was just so outlandish, and it's like the feel of it. And the rhythm of the music and all that, yeah, it would have been a lot better. But yeah, I'd have to say, 2.5. I mean, it just didn't fucking work for me. And half of the movie, I'm like, no, I like this because this is the style of filmmaking I like. But I'm like, no, the fucking story is being executed fucking piss poor. It's not being told right. I'm not getting everything I should be getting. There's no excitement in the kills. It's a horror movie. There should be more excitement in the kills other than the first one, which is the only excitement I got in it. So, yeah, 2.5. Now,
it's Fulci. Fulci never puts it together. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm biased, and Dario Argento is my favorite director ever, and I'm biased because people put Fulci in the same breath as him, but he never puts it completely together. Some movies he does this really good. Some movies he does this really good. To me, what do you call it? He doesn't put it together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
The Beyond is his best movie, and I'll enjoy that. And the other movies are something lacking. Zombie is okay. It's an above average zombie movie.
House by the Cemetery.
House by the Cemetery had good gore. It's confusing as fuck.
Yeah, that's hard to understand, that movie.
And all of his shit is hard to understand.
Yeah.
Some people say that about Dario too, but I say only maybe 20 to 25% of Dario's shit is like that. Where with Fulci it's 75%.
Okay, so with all that, would you recommend this movie? I mean, to just general horror fans, not necessarily Italian horror fans, would you tell them to peel it back or stick it up their crack?
For once, and I've been waiting. I've been going back and forth on. I've been wavering, on this whole thing as we've done this. But for once, I'm going to say stick it up your crack and not bother.
Yep, I'm going to go there too.
Even though it's a 2.5, like I said, if it would have more cheese to it, I'd say peel it back for the fun factor. but it isn't there. And
Yeah.
there's many other Italian giallos that fucking I would recommend over it. So for that reason, stick it up your crack. You don't got to go too crazy about it, but don't peel it back. Stick it up there a little and fucking make it stink.
I think the only reason I didn't give this a 2 was because it was a Fulci Italian movie, and I kind of am already predisposed to that style of filmmaking, and so I gave it a 2.5. If it was an American movie, I probably would have gave it a 2 and say, no way, do not fucking watch this movie. Stick it up your crack. Absolutely, you will be bored to tears. It has moments, of brilliance, but that can't carry an hour and a half.
No.
So yeah, don't watch this movie. Stick it up your crack, even though it's titled Murder Rock, aka Dancing Death, aka Slashdance.
Slashdance, baby.
Fucking brilliant. Stick this movie up your crack. That is the Bananalaser recommendation.
That's it.
Booyah.
And we don't even have a banana to peel, really.
No, I wouldn't.
We really don't.
No,
and the other, we don't have a fucking, we don't really have a big time slip of the banana, except I guess maybe the fucking thing with the shutting off of the fucking security. But I don't know. Didn't fall flat on its face in that movie. It was just kind of weird.
There's not, like I said, it's a fucking Lifetime killer movie. It's like there's nothing to really set this movie apart from anything else. It has glimpses of that, but it never fully achieves it. Like you said, he never really makes it work. In the hands of someone else, they probably could. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's that.
One man for sure.
Yep. All right, so with that, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back with this gigantic wheel. So stick around, motherfuckers.
Today, one of these lucky contestants will win his or her weight in fish right here on Wheel of Fish. Okay, let's play the game. We'll start with yesterday's winner, Miss Phyllis Weaver. Are you ready, Weaver?
I sure am, Cooney.
Okay, you get over there and spin the wheel of fish. Go ahead, give it a big spin. A red snapper. It's very tasty. Okay, Weaver, listen carefully. You can hold on to your red snapper, or you can go for what's in the box that Hiro-san is bringing down the aisle right now. What's it gonna be?
I'll take the box. The box.
You took the box. Let's see what's in the box. Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, assholes, we are back from the break. Bananalaser. Let's hey, producer Pete, hey, what'd you do with that fucking wheel? No, bring the fucking wheel back in. Yeah,
what the
fuck? We're gonna use it again. Jesus Christ, I don't know why.
It's okay. He shut the dogs up. That's the important part.
Oh God, but we go on a break. He fucking takes the. No, we're gonna use it again. Bring the fucking wheel in. Okay.
Two times.
Jesus
Come on, let's
Christ. He doesn't know the fucking format of the show yet. Jesus. All right. Yep. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep in the fucking Italian gimmick.
All right, you got it. Okay.
And we're praying for Dario. Come on, Argento. Come on,
okay,
damn it.
Now, continuing our walk through the 80s, let's set this to 1985. There we go. Back to Italian. Okay, it's on Italian. And this time I'm going to give it a little spin. And
get on that shit. Do me
here
good.
we go. There it is. Go. Big bucks. No whammies. That's
Argento,
right.
come on.
Yes. There you go. Dario Argento 1985 flick, Phenomena.
Yes.
Phenomenon? What is this called? What is this called? Okay, so yeah, we landed on 1985, Dario Argento's Phenomena.
Yes.
Not to be confused with John Travolta's flick from the 90s called Phenomenon, which my girlfriend, I think would probably rather watch. I don't know. She kept bringing it up.
Was he an angel in that fucking movie?
No, that was Michael. Come on. Don't you know fucking Travolta's movies?
No,
Jesus
you know what
Christ.
Travolta's movies I know
Pulp
Grease.
Fiction.
I know fucking Pulp Fiction. And was he in Con Air or no?
No, not Con Air, but he
Okay,
was in
sorry. Grease and Pulp Fiction are the only... whoa.
Broken Arrow with Christian Slater.
No, I never saw that. No, sorry.
Oh, brother. Good for you.
I'm telling you, though. Pulp Fiction, Grease, and...
Wait, what about Face Off with fucking that John
That's
Woo?
what I meant. Did I say Con Air?
Yeah,
I meant Face Off.
John Woo, Face Off, Nicolas Cage.
That's why. I meant Face Off. Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, it was good. Yes. Face Off.
That movie
Con
was
Air.
so ridiculous.
I'll tell you what. Here's what I like about Con Air, or about Face Off. Each of them had a chance to play a villain, which, in my opinion, is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And
the hero. Yeah.
And the hero. The hero any asshole can play.
Yeah.
But to play a good villain, they both pulled it off, and that's why that movie impresses me. It's simple as that. They both did a good job as a heel. So.
Yeah.
Yes, ridiculous concept. No, I don't like action movies normally, but I've seen that movie a couple times, and
really,
yeah, I've seen it twice, and I like it. I almost bought it, I didn't, but they both played a good heel. I just like.
When was the last time you saw that?
Probably at least 10 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So 1985. Dario Argento's Phenomena. The tagline is "It will make your skin crawl." Oh yeah.
Yes.
This
How about
definitely
this
will.
one? Not just that. One more thing about fucking Phenomena. This movie was released in 1985, but the date it was released was August 2nd. You know.
Okay.
August 2nd is my birthday.
OMG. Oh God.
Yeah. How fucking on my 13th birthday, fucking Phenomena was dropped. How about that shit?
Okay, did you go see this on your birthday?
Boy, I wish I did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
cool.
discover Dario until a few years after, when I first paid fucking over $80 to get a fucking copy of VHS Suspiria.
Really?
Oh yeah, remember back in the day how expensive VHSs were? If you rented at like Blockbuster, or even prior to Blockbuster, I had a place called Video Factory, where if you, God forbid, lost a VHS tape, it was like $60 or $80.
Yep.
Well, okay, well, it was in the back pages of Fangoria magazine. You couldn't get Suspiria for a long time, but it was advertised.
Shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was a big deal because it was the uncut letterbox edition. You know what that shit is? It was when they had the bars on top. Nowadays we call it a widescreen, when you have the bars on top and the bars on the bottom. But back in the day, a friend of mine and I, we chipped in to fucking buy an $85 copy of Suspiria. Blinding. Walking into the movie blind.
Not knowing what it was, just knowing it was a classic.
Yes, just knowing it was fucking... So we fucking went into our 15-year-old pockets, and we freaking chipped in and got Suspiria and freaking $85 sent. And that was my birth into Argento, and fuck. I never look back. He's my man.
Now, did they remake, or are they remaking Suspiria? Because I don't know about that, dude.
It's been discussed several times, but nothing's been concrete.
Okay. I didn't know if they had already done that or something like that, and I hadn't seen it yet, or it hasn't come out, or...
Holy fuck.
You
can't remake an Argento. You just... And I'm just gonna... I mean, what are we, 7 shows in, 8? Whatever the fuck it is. I'm sure I brought it up before, but I'm gonna show my hand now. Dario Argento was my favorite fucking director. The man could do no...
Of all time.
Of all time. Well, of horror. You know,
right.
I'm not thinking outside of horror, but
sure,
yes.
yeah, you have a different kind of director favorite for romantic comedies. You know, I understand that. Yeah, of course.
But
yeah,
but you can't fuck with Argento to me.
You know, Notting Hill is a great movie. I love it. 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Well, there you go. did the guy that did Notting Hill and Four Weddings and a Funeral? Do you know something I don't?
Runaway Bride is brilliant. No,
is this the same director?
No, I have no idea. I don't know.
Fuck. I thought I was gonna have something to fucking rib on you about after the whole 90210 thing.
You ain't getting shit on me.
Son of a bitch. Well, anyway, Argento's the fucking man. The man could do no wrong to me, and I'm probably gonna be a little biased now and anytime we do an Argento film. So
really, okay. So let's
I can't help
let's
it.
tangent on that for a second, since we're doing an Argento movie. So you think that he seriously can't do any wrong? Every movie he puts out, you're gonna love, regardless.
I'm not gonna be ridiculous and say everything's a 5-star. No, I'm not a complete asshole. No.
But you're not gonna hate any movie that he puts out.
And I'll tell you what, because I haven't. Because every movie I've seen, and I've seen just probably 90% of them. I've seen everything he's done, and every time someone says this movie really sucks, and it's Argento, and I've watched it. I've watched the movie.
And you disagree.
And, yes, and I've never said it sucked. I'm not saying they're great. I'm not saying that fucking Phantom of the Opera is the same thing as Suspiria, because clearly it's not. But
right.
I'm not going to give an Argento movie a rating of 2. I don't think it's possible. I think that Dario Argento could fucking do a remake of Two Girls in a Cup, and I'd find a way to give it 3 stars.
Dario Argento, if you're listening, please remake, Two Girls in a Cup. That would be right up Bananalaser's alley. Oh my god! All right,
I couldn't think of anything lower, so that came off. But
yeah,
really, I thank you. I've never seen a movie. Like, people have said that Phantom of the Opera sucks, and something else has sucked, and I haven't seen Dracula yet, but I'm going to, of course. But I've never watched an Argento movie and said it sucked. Even the movies people think are bad, to me, are better than at least 50% of the American movies I see. Like The Card Player, and Do You Like Hitchcock, and Stendhal Syndrome. These movies that have come out in the mid-90s and the 2000s. No, they weren't great movies, but I was more entertained by them than I was the majority of, regular American horror I've seen. Yeah. So I don't know if it's biased or it's just me. I just identify with everything that I think he's incredible. If he doesn't throw me one way, he throws me another in each movie. That's all.
Okay, so get ready for a 5-star review from Dave on 1985's Phenomena.
I'm just saying, I don't think I can ever go below a 3. I don't think Dario is humanly possible of making a movie that I don't like. That's all. So, but I'm telling everybody this now. So I guess
show's over. Okay, let's hang it up. That's it. Okay, we're done. No, let's talk about this movie. This movie stars Jennifer Connelly, very young, and Donald Pleasance, Dr. Loomis, which you guys may know. Now, and the plot is there's a killer. It's kind of like a giallo, but it has like a fantasy element in this movie. Is it fantasy? I don't know, but
you know what this movie is? It's like a dark fairy tale.
Yeah. Holy shit! Yeah, that's wow.
It's a dark fairy tale with a giallo twist. A lot of people called Pan's Labyrinth a dark fairy tale,
right?
And I guess in a way you could say that about this. It's a dark fairy tale, but there's a giallo twist to it as well. It isn't just fantasy like Suspiria was and like Inferno. There's still because there is a giallo element to it. It's still a whodunit, and there's still somebody walking around slashing people. But you're throwing the Connolly, the girl with the insects and everything else, and there's fantasy involved as well.
Yeah, so this young girl played by Jennifer Connelly, who would grow up to be a extremely attractive woman.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, she is cute in this, but oh my god.
But 15, so.
Yeah, so let's calm down.
She's not Anna. Right, no, I hear you.
Yeah, she goes to a school for young girls because her parents are divorced and her dad's an actor and all this shit. And it turns out that she has a relationship with insects, and she likes insects, and then it turns out later on that she's actually able to have like a relationship or communication with insects in a way that people aren't really supposed to have. And while, you know, she becomes part of the situation to help solve the crime of this killer that's on the loose and killing young girls. And so right there, I think that this is a really interesting idea for a movie. There's absolutely no other movie that I can even fathom that has this kind of plot going on.
I mean,
it's so unique. It's so unique. It's fucking ludicrous.
It is unique as shit. Yes.
Yeah, it's extremely unique. No one has done this, and no one will ever do it since. Right. And I mean, you know, maybe for good reason. I don't know, but yeah. So the movie starts off. It takes place in Switzerland, and it starts off with a young girl, you know, in her mid-teens, and she misses the bus to go to wherever. We're not really for sure yet, but she's going to school or something like that. She misses the bus, and so she ends up wandering to the closest house, and she knocks on the door and all this stuff, and it turns out she gets chased by a murderer who ends up killing her in the most beautiful fashion that any Italian movie has ever done. I mean,
fucking Argento all the way.
This opening scene, fucking, if you don't like this opening scene, then fuck you, because this shit is fucking great. This is the epitome of what Italian cinema is, and the style of it and everything is just perfect for this kind of movie.
Yeah, it's fucking outstanding. Oh.
Yeah. This girl, she goes to the house. She's knocking on the door. You cut to the interior of the house. You see just chains on the wall being pulled. Like somebody's excited that she's there, and you're like, wait a minute, is someone chained to the fucking house? What the hell?
Yeah, chained to the wall of some room in the house.
Yeah, what the hell? You know, right then you're like, okay, something is fucking rotten in Switzerland. What the fuck? You know, like, okay, so then she ends up getting chased by someone, and it's all POV, very giallo, and she ends up going through like this cavernous walkway, you know, that's by a waterfall, which looks fucking cool as shit. It's like a tourist kind of attraction, I would guess, or, you know, a hiking way or something like that. And the killer catches up with her, and in slow motion fashion fucking smashes her head, or she breaks her head through a fucking glass window, and that looks cool as shit. I mean,
it's great the way that the glass breaks slowly and piece by piece, and
that to me is like the epitome of what Argento does, because he's done that in other movies. He loves that shit, and I love him for it, because it just looks beautiful. It's like death is beautiful to Argento. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a beautiful thing, and he makes it look as gorgeous as possible, and I appreciate him for that. It's fucking, it's pretty good. I don't know what else to say about it. It's good. But then it cuts through the waterfall. You see the exterior, and the girl's head gets lobbed off.
Yep, it goes flying right down the falls.
And okay, this is the opening of the fucking movie. I'm like, I'm on board. Okay,
fuck yeah,
I'm on board with whatever happened. Whatever, I don't care how ludicrous this movie gets, and believe me, it gets fucking ludicrous. I'm like, okay, I'm on board. You know, I mean, if you deliver scenes like that in a movie, you know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Well, of course you know what you're doing. It's fucking Argento. I mean, right off the bat, even when the credits are rolling, he has nice scenery, and it's done well, and it looks pretty. You know, it's in Switzerland, and they call it the Swiss Transylvania, but I believe that they're filming by the Alps. you know. And
Yeah.
boy, it looks so good. And you just see, as soon as you see Argento's name come up, you know, for me, here you go.
Oh yeah, and you see the landscape and all that
Oh,
stuff. Yeah, and this, the,
fuck.
you know, the sweeping scope of it all.
Yeah, and
It
you know
looks
that,
great. It's like an epic, you know, slasher movie, essentially,
right?
kind of.
It's classy. It's just classy, and he makes murder look classy, and you know that he wrote, produced, and fucking directed this movie. You know, so it's all him. It's one man coming in. So he comes in, and you see that. And how about the opening credits? Right off the bat, you see that, and then you see Daria Nicolodi, and that's his fucking right hand girl. She was in all his early movies, and eventually his daughter took over because his daughter was given birth to by Daria Nicolodi.
Oh, so is she an actor? I don't.
Yeah,
Who's
Asia.
that?
Asia. Or
No.
as people call her
Who-
Asia. Daria Nicolodi. Yeah.
Who's that?
She was in fucking Deep Red, and she was in.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
she was in Suspiria for a bit scene, and she was like in, you know, like 4 or 5 of his early movies, you know, and then
Okay,
he had
cool.
a relationship with her, and that's where his daughter was born from.
Okay, I didn't know
That's the
that.
mother. Yeah, and she's a pretty girl too. She's the one that plays the headmistress in this movie.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know, she's top billed, and you know, I'll tell you this. Did you realize it says costumes designed by Giorgio Armani?
No.
Isn't that something?
I
Now, this
did
is the
not
fucking-
realize that.
Yeah, this is the mid '80s. See, for whatever reason, because I'm so familiar with Argento's movies, when I watch the credits, everything's familiar. I usually see her name in it, Daria Nicolodi, and he always has. A lot of the times he works with the same people. You know, whether they're
Right.
doing the score or the acting or the cast or what have you. So it's all familiar territory to me because I've seen his movies a lot, and it's a comfortable feeling when I sit and watch his movies and I see that. So I see that, but then I notice I read the shit that comes on the screen, you know, the credits, and I see Giorgio Armani. I'm like, what the fuck?
I didn't even recognize that. That's
Isn't
funny.
that something? Yeah. And like I don't know I don't know when that guy got really big. This is '85, so I'm guessing this is before he blew up. But what do I know about Italian fashion? I don't know. But
Right.
I just thought that was an interesting, you know, an interesting note. So
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. So,
but the first murder was wonderful. I mean,
oh,
come
dude,
on.
it's brilliant opening scene. This is how you open a movie, Italian movie or not. This is fucking a great opening scene, and
Yes.
then it
And
cuts.
the scissors in the stomach. Don't forget that. That's how she died. She didn't just get pushed into fucking glass.
Okay, now
got scissored.
Here's my question though. Her head gets cut off. Does the head get cut off with scissors, or is
No.
there another weapon involved? Because they don't show anything else. They just show the
No
head
weapon.
coming off.
No weapon. The head gets cut off from the glass. The glass shatters.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, look how big those pieces are.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
spreads out like a giant spider web, you know. So
Right.
it's in big, huge chunks of glass. It goes slow. She flies her head back, and that's what I always got from it. That it was
No,
set
that
for
makes sense. I
glass.
never put that together. I always
Yeah.
saw she's being chased with scissors, you know, the POV of the killer,
Right.
and then, you know, she gets stabbed, and then all of a sudden the head comes off. You never see anything else in the play. It's like, well, wouldn't it be really fucking hard to take a head off with scissors? But I guess the broken glass, you know,
It's
the
the glass,
window,
yeah.
that makes more sense.
That's passive.
Okay.
And do you know that's his daughter? That girl. That's
Ah.
Dario Argento's oldest
Really?
daughter. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
He was casting her long, you know. Later on, he started to cast Asia in tons of his movies. She became his girl. But yeah, this was one of the few movies that his oldest daughter appeared in, and he's notoriously rough on everybody, and he was even rough.
Apparently.
He was
Yeah,
even
Jesus.
rougher on his right. He even gave his daughters a harder time because he expected more out of them. But that's always family business. So, but
Yeah, I mean, if I were a director and I had kids, I'd be throwing them in there. I'd be like, yeah, no, you're getting hung today. Yeah, I'm going to cut your legs off. You need... Yeah, if you don't do your chores, I'm going to fucking, you know, cut your genitalia off or whatever. So...
Not at all. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not. He's fucking. You know, he's going in there and shit. You know, he doesn't. He busts their fucking balls, and you know, they probably love it too. I mean, they complain about it, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're probably glad that they were in it. And
dude,
that's what. How about his daughter, Asia later? How he puts her, which was kind of strange because she gets topless in his movies. I always thought that was a little strange.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I don't think he's in any way, shape, or form a pedophile. I just think that because he's such a, so into his craft, he doesn't look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? When the camera rolls, it's an actress, and he's doing what he's doing because it's his craft.
Yeah.
But some people think shit about that, but fuck them. Whatever.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I don't get about, like, some people who make movies. It's like, you're making a movie. It's probably, I don't care how grueling it is, you're still making a movie, which is probably the most fun you'll ever have in your life. So if it's torturous and you have to fucking work for 18 hours in a day, why would you ever bitch about that? You're still making a movie. You know what? It's like I just watched the new Evil Dead recently, and in the special features, the main gal who plays Mia, she's not necessarily complaining about all the shit, but she's not really happy with being covered in blood and stuff every day, and it's like, dude, you're only going to do this for a month, and then you go back to your rest of your life. So it's like, who cares? You're going to be immortalized in a movie. Just fucking go with the shit for a fucking month. Who gives a shit?
Right. That's pretentious fucking high horse bullshit.
Yeah.
It's because she's a young actress and she wants to think that she's already better than horror. So by saying things like that, if somebody happens to stumble across that and they're a director that's directing fucking something that's going to be up for maybe an Oscar someday, they're going to see, oh, well, she's too good for the horror genre. Yeah. But little does she know, if she's smart at all in 15 years, when she fucking decides she can't make it as an A-list, she'll come back as a
then they'll come back.
Make a ton of money.
Yeah.
See, some of them, I'll never get that about actresses. They shun it. They shun the horror genre, so they would rather make real shitball have a shitball career where you're making an appearance now and again on like a television show as a fucking stand-in on a bit part, or I can embrace the horror genre, be a screen queen, and make fucking 5 movies a year and be adored by fucking legion of fans, go to conventions, make tons of money, and make a pretty good living as a fucking C to B actress.
Exactly. Look at Catherine Isabel, Daniel Harris. It's like, dude, they embrace the shit. They know. I mean, come on, dude. If it was anybody, they know they're lucky to be doing this shit. It's like, calm the fuck down. You're being immortalized in film, and people adore you for it. It's like, is it really that hard? No, it's not. Anyways, we're getting off topic.
No, I'm just saying, but that's always bothered me. Get off your fucking high horse. Look at the screen queens that we have, and guys like us, the people that listen to this show, and this big fucking freak community that we have. That we're a pretty good community. We're fucking, most of us.
Oh God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're like a freakishly awesome community. It's like more ridiculous than any other. Is there like action movie podcasts? I don't fucking think so.
No, there's some sci-fi geeks. That's what we got, and we got us. And number one, we're cooler, and number two, we're nicer. Because the sci-fi geeks are definitely fucking pretentious with their bullshit. Oh, I can speak Klingon and all that fucking shit. I hope I'm not offending anybody, but you know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, there's a lot of real hipsters.
Wait a minute, Dave. I am a Trekkie and I can speak Klingon. No, I'm kidding. Wouldn't that be funny if I just busted that on you?
Can you imagine? Nice. I don't know how I'd react. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
But the horror genre people. Yeah, we're going off topic, but whatever the fuck. Most of us are pretty cool, and it's a good thing to embrace it, and I really don't like it when fucking, especially actresses, they talk down about it. So what are you going to do? Make less money doing less work because you have some type of preconceived notion about the genre, or are you going to embrace good people and fucking fun films and make a nice career for yourself?
Yep.
And rest in peace, Karen Black, by the way. I know we don't usually give shout-outs like that, and we don't talk about horror news and shit like that, but I'm just throwing it out there since we're talking about horror actresses.
Yeah, that's true. She will be missed.
Yeah, so she ended up embracing the horror genre.
Yeah,
so, you know what?
Yeah,
good.
That's good.
And look at all the love she got when she passed.
Yep.
You think if she was some random action actress, anybody would have gave 2 shits about it?
No, because we're definitely part of a community that embraces everything. But whatever, that
Point. Yeah, I know. We got off topic, but whatever. I think the listeners will appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. So this movie, after the first scene, it introduces Donald Pleasance in a fucking, in one of his later roles in life, that's not Dr. Loomis, and he's a wheelchair-bound doctor who specializes in insectology. I don't know,
Well, he's a professor also. See, that's
okay.
What it is. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know what exactly he was. I just know he dealt with exclusively insects and animals, and he's got a chimp, and he's talking with the police about the decay of the head of the girl who died in the first scene, and he can tell from the maggots and the flies it's been 8 months and all this stuff like that. And right off the bat, I'm like, okay, this is fucking, this is pretty cool. It's
cool, yeah.
It's really
a side type shit.
Yeah, it's an entirely different angle.
Yeah.
And at first, I was like, what? They're gonna let a guy, who knows about insects, fucking, they're gonna, go to him for information. But really, it makes sense.
It's cool. It was different back then. It was the mid '80s.
Yep.
They weren't doing the same things that they're doing now.
No, absolutely not.
Forensics,
so for then it made sense, and he could tell when the head was cut off the girl and how long it had been decaying, and all that stuff. And I thought that was a really nice introduction to his character, to his to his chimp nurse.
Yeah, Inga.
And all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So
the monkey nurse or chimp, whatever it is. Right.
So he's really the fucking the other main character besides Jennifer Connelly in this movie, and I think right after that it has a scene where she is showing up to the school for young girls, and
yes, the international school for girls.
Now,
and how about the fact, I hate to fucking rib on Argento, but there is narration.
Yes,
fucking 15 seconds of this movie.
Yes,
that's it. And
the
it's only
voiceover.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, because I watch. I've seen this movie twice, and the first time I didn't catch it, and the second time I was like, wait a minute. There's no voiceover in the rest of this movie, but when she arrives to the school, there's a voiceover saying, Jennifer arrives in Switzerland to spend her time at a fucking, her first
international school for girls.
Her first memorable night at the school for girls. It's like, what the I don't fucking understand. And then I was trying to compare it. I was like, wait, does it do this in Suspiria?
Yes, it
because
does.
It's kind of very similar.
It does.
Okay,
Yes.
So it does. Okay,
Yes,
so
in the
it's
beginning,
similar.
There's a little more to it in Suspiria. There's like
Okay.
a second part, but it's still very short, and it's not entirely necessary, and it's really short in the first 5 minutes of the film. But here's another fact: the person that does the voiceover in Suspiria is Argento himself.
Oh, okay.
Not a
I
lot of
didn't know
people-
that.
Yeah, and it sounds fucking clear English, as plain as day.
I didn't know that. But
yeah.
it's like, from everything I've read and heard about filmmaking, it says that voiceover is the laziest form of filmmaking you could ever do, ever. Because you're basically, you have to fucking really shove the story into the viewer's face. It's like, this is what's happening right now. It's like,
yeah. But it's not necessary in this movie or Suspiria.
I didn't think it was necessary at all. So
Right.
I didn't fucking understand it whatsoever.
I hear you. That's. I guess it's the Italian style, or it's Argento style. He just, whatever the fuck, Argento just wants to do it. He does it.
Yeah.
I guess that's just maybe it's a trademark that he does. I don't know. I mean, it's just it happens. But I hear you. I understand why the opinion would be that it's lazy filmmaking and,
I mean,
but it's unnecessary.
I don't know. I'm not a filmmaker, so I don't know what's lazy filmmaking and what's not. But that's just what I've heard. And then when it came on, when I watched this, I was like, I don't remember a voiceover for any of the rest of the movie, so this seems really fucking strange.
It's so quick, and they could have just had it in conversation when she gets in the car. And the other lady is there, Daria Nicolotti, not the headmaster, but the other teacher. I guess she's like second in command at the school, is my guess. She's there, she picks her up, and they're talking. They end up talking about a bee landing on her. She's like, no, leave it alone. It's not going to hurt you. And, they could have said, oh, welcome to our school, something. And she goes, yeah, you're going to the International Girlfriends. Instead of having it come up in conversation, they just did it there. So I wouldn't really say it's lazy filmmaking. It's just Argento wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And whatever. Is it
yeah.
great? No, but whatever. It happened.
Yeah, it happened. It was just something that fucking struck me as unique.
Yeah.
And so, you're right. The cab ride establishes this girl's affinity towards insects and stuff like that, which right off the bat is strange because usually that's a boy's kind of territory, and she's already has a liking to such a thing. And as we find out throughout the film, and I hate to jump ahead, but as later as she meets whoever Donald Pleasance, whatever that character's name is, she meets him, and together they kind of discover that she has essentially like an ESP communication with animals. It's not like a straight communication with them, but insects have like another sense that we're not aware of, and she is able to tap into that, and vice versa, which is really, that is like the most unique thing for a fucking story to ever have, in my opinion. That's never been done. It's never been done since. It's really interesting, and I applaud them for trying to do something like that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a novel idea.
Absolutely.
You don't see that. It is something, like I said before, like a fairy tale type thing.
Yes, very fairy tale. Like what is it? Is it Cinderella, and she's talking with fucking the mice and shit.
Snow White, friends with all the fucking animals.
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of shit, which this director really utilizes in a lot of his movies. It's like I hate to go back to Suspiria, but he said that was like Alice in Wonderland, and but in the horror genre and all that stuff, and that really makes sense. And for somebody, I think why I like this director and this style of filmmaking is because they're willing to take these kind of risks. And in America, I don't think a filmmaker would have touched this subject within an inch of his life. I think they would have said, you're crazy. There's no way I'm making a fucking heroine who's 15 years old and she has affinity to talking to insects. You're out of your mind. Nobody would have made this movie. Nobody. This
movie was released in the States under a different title. And it was cut. It was under the name of Creepers.
I've never seen that version. I don't want to see that version.
No.
I think the title is really, you've seen it. Okay.
No. I used to see the box.
Oh,
I used to rent movies in the 80s. That was one of the movies I would see, was Creepers, and she was on the cover. I didn't see Phenomena until years later when I became really associated with Argento, when I wanted to see his whole catalog.
Right. Then
I started seeing it. But when I was young in the late 80s running the movies, I only saw Creepers there, and I never rented it because it really didn't appeal to me. It was Jennifer Connelly on the cover, and it was bugs, and I'm like, I was into slashers. I just, it didn't appeal to me seeing it that way. And but it was like cut like
a ridiculous amount. Yeah.
Like over 20 minutes.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
It's ridiculously gory or anything, because it's not. It has its scenes, yes, but you don't cut 20-something minutes out of a movie to distribute it to a different country.
I think if you cut it, I've never seen that version, but it seems like to me, if you cut that much out of this movie, it would be incomprehensible to me. I don't know. Maybe not. I've never seen it. I think the focus on the insects is the wrong angle to go. You shouldn't call it Creepers. Absolutely not. The movie is about this unique girl. Yes, she has a relationship with insects, but to focus on that primarily the selling of the movie is wrong, because that's not exactly the main focus of the movie. Absolutely not. It's mainly about her and her relationship with this professor, and trying to understand what's going on in their environment, with a killer. It should focus more on that. The insect thing is unique, but it shouldn't be the main focus of the movie whatsoever.
Right. No, it's about a 50-50 movie, in a matter of speaking. It's half a giallo mystery, and it's half of this girl Jennifer, who has these powers and is learning what's going on with them, and it eventually is going to help them solve the mystery.
Okay, the plot really kicks off when we got Jennifer in school, and she not only is she predisposed to liking insects, but she also has a sleepwalking condition. And this leads to one of the fucking coolest scenes in this movie and in a lot of movies. She sleepwalks and to the murder scene where the next murder happens, and not only is it a cool device to get her involved in the story, but the kill on this is classic Argento, dude. It's fucking not even the first scene, but this scene right here is fucking perfect for what an Italian movie is supposed to be done perfectly.
Yep.
Yeah, I fucking loved it. She sees, she's half asleep, sleepwalking. She sees a girl through a window, and she sees the murderer even, but she's asleep, so she doesn't really understand. But then the girl's head gets shoved through the glass, which looks brilliant. It's like coming right at us. And then the killer has sort of like a cane with a knife on the end. Is that what it is? I don't.
It's kind of like an extendo. It's kind of like a. The killer puts two things together, so it's a. It is hard to explain, to describe.
Yeah, because you really don't see this thing in real life. It's just something that the killer has that they put together, but it's
a
brilliant.
long knife blade. Yes, it's a long knife blade at the end of a stick, but a white stick, something that's constructed. But the killer puts two pieces together, so they're walking around almost with almost you could say it was a spear.
Yeah,
they put it together to make a real long spear.
And oh my god! And this girl, it comes so after her head comes through the glass, it comes so fast. Yeah. The fucking thing goes straight through her head, and this is what horror fans want to see. I mean, it's not overly gory, but you see her face. The fucking thing goes through the back of her head, out through her mouth, and it's the kind of death that makes me want to stand up and applaud, dude. Yes. I fucking love this shit.
It's the banana split.
I would say so, yeah. It's definitely the banana split of the movie, the best kill of the movie. Boom, right there.
Yeah,
there you go.
If there's any question about it, you don't have to wait till the end to figure that out. That is it. And it's badass. And it does come right through in the back of her head, and Jennifer's looking at her. She's asleep, but she's sleepwalking. She witnesses it all, and you see the knife. The girl's mouth is wide open, comes right out through the fucking mouth.
Brilliant. Great fucking kill. Great scene. I mean,
everything about it. Yeah, it's set up so well.
Yeah, it's set up perfectly. And this kind of, this really is a theme in a lot of these Italian movies, is that the hero, the protagonist, sees a kill happen or sees the murderer and stuff like that, but can't remember and has to recall, the killer from their memory. It's a heavy theme in a lot of these, style of movies, and this one's no different. So she sleepwalks away from that scenario. She basically falls off the building. She dangles a little bit, and she gets, she starts walking in the street. She gets picked up by some guys. She's still asleep the whole time. She ends up freaking out, jumping out of the car. They leave her behind, and this is where she meets what's her name? Inga, and that's the chimp who's the nurse to Dr. Loomis. That's what I
we'll
want to
just call him Dr. Loomis. He is a doctor, so to speak. We may as well just give him Loomis. Yes.
Yeah, he's not looking for Michael this time. He's looking for insects.
Yes,
and
he's looking for the killer of because it's killing young girls. Whoever's killing these people, and he used to have another assistant, and I forget her name, but this girl came up missing as well, and she was a teen girl. So he has a vested interest in this rash of missing girls because the police are, questioning him and he's aiding them, in the investigation. And B, one of the young girls that got killed used to be his, the girl that used to help him around his place.
Is that right? I never got that.
You remember he spoke about it a couple times, and when he brought up the girl's name, the chimp would actually whimper. Oh yeah.
Was that the first girl who died? Or no, it was like a different girl
good
that we never
question.
see.
Wow, was that the first girl? You know what? I'm going to say no because they talked about the Danish girl being from somewhere else, a 14-year-old Danish girl, but I don't believe that. No, I'm going to say it was not the same girl. Because they did say that it was a 14-year-old Danish girl after it got killed, and they were speaking to Donald Pleasance in the opening scene before he meets Jennifer later. So he would have figured it out right then and there. So no, it's just another girl, and we never find out her fate and what exactly happened. There's no closure.
I never caught that.
To that storyline. The only closure is that he needs a new assistant, and Jennifer shows up at the right time in the right place, basically.
Yeah, so what, they become, acquainted, and he figures out that she loves insects and vice versa, and realizes that she has a kinship towards them. They
get excited. Almost they get sexually excited. The males even.
Yeah, that's a little strange to me.
Well, in a way, but I mean, when you're talking about the insect world, maybe not, because they're getting excited in a way, because he goes, this is highly unusual because they only make this noise during mating season, and they never ever make these noises around me, no matter how happy they are. And you come in the room and they're all doing this, they're just spiritually, I guess you could say, they're just energized when she's in the room. They just come to life in ways that they've never done before.
Yeah, they
she's
definitely
basically
do.
The Lord of the Flies,
Yeah, and that actually comes up later in the movie. Somebody says.
Yeah, they tease her. You're right.
You're Beelzebub, which is Lord of the Flies or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah, but so I mean, I guess it's strange in the fact that it's never been told before. We've never seen a story with insects like this, so we don't understand. I have no knowledge of insects and their world and how they communicate and stuff like that. So to put it in a horror movie is so unique. That at first I'm like resisting. I'm like, no, this is ludicrous. This makes no sense. But as I warm up to the idea, it's really just so unique that it's kind of brilliant. I think.
Yes,
I mean,
I think it makes perfect sense because insects are they do use a telepathic the way they communicate with each other.
Yeah, they do.
So it's a mystery, and it's really fascinating. When you watch this movie, you can almost appreciate insects in a different way because you're thinking about the way they do their, just the way they conduct their lives and how they do things.
Yeah.
And they're communicating with her, and it's pretty interesting. It's odd that it wasn't done before this movie, but it's a damn good story.
Yeah.
It's good storytelling. It's good. It's a good writing, and it's Argento. He came up with the whole idea of it.
Yeah, which is insane. Does the guy have a bug affection? I don't know. That's just a crazy. Anyways,
he writes a lot of his movies.
That's like a David Lynch mind, to come up with this kind of stuff. I don't fucking know.
Well, I hear you. David Lynch is fucking. He's quality too. But I mean, that's what it is about Dario. He writes, produces, and directs most of his features.
Yeah.
Which is something else, it's a feather in his cap. I mean, fuck. Not everybody does that.
Yeah, and
Stephen King
movie,
doesn't direct movies.
It's not the main focus of the movie with the insects and stuff, but there's there's enough super close-ups of the insects and like even
It's
some
cool.
even some POV shots
Of the insects.
of the
Yeah, right?
insects. You know, it's like and all that kind of adds to the creepy
Yes.
vibe of the movie because you know I think insects are gross and disgusting and when I see close-up shots of insects and spiders and stuff like that, I think it's disgusting and I'm creeped out about it. And
Ordinarily, yes, but not in this movie. I'm not.
really? Okay, because
because they show the ladybugs. Remember, they
Yeah.
show it all kicks. First, they show the bee in the beginning, and you know they have that whole conversation. She goes, "No, don't hit it. It's fine," and it just crawls on her hand, and it's just a content bee. It's just doing its own thing, and she tells the other girl, "Don't swat it. It's fine. I love them, and they love me." She basically says that. And then after Inga finds her in the woods, there's those two ladybugs. It looks like they're mating because one's on top of the other. But then she walks away, and they're real calm. There's two ladybugs, and they're just looking at her. And you see it through. It's either
you see their POV. I mean, that is okay.
Yes. But it's cool because they do it maybe twice in the movie. It happens once with the ladybugs, and it happens once with the maggot, which we're going to get to in the next scene. But I think it's cool because
at this point in the movie, I'm like, is it cool? I'm like, this is kind of fucking ridiculous.
It's just. You think it's ridiculous? Do you really think it is?
No, I don't now. But when I first watched the movie, I was like, what is happening? You see from a bug's point of view. I'm like, is this a bug's life? What the fuck am I watching? You know.
Oh, fuck.
I don't now because I understand the entire scope of the movie,
right?
And all that. But
they're pushing that on you. They're really, accentuating. They're fucking showing the fact that this is the bugs looking at her directly, and this is their point of view, and it's just a 5-second thing.
Yeah,
it's just showing the relationship between her and the bugs, and it's done, subtly. It's just a 5 seconds here and 5 seconds there.
Right.
So it's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely unique.
Yeah, it's unique. Yeah, fuck it.
I mean,
I hear you.
There's been nothing done like this before. So the school figures out that she sleepwalks, and they want to do like a brain scan, whatever that fucking is. And while this is happening, she remembers that she sees this murder from the night before. And that kind of jars her, and she freaks out.
Well, she knows before that, though.
Do you think so?
This is why they give it to her. Keep this in mind. Remember, see, you're skipping ahead. You're forgetting about that her roommate when she first gets there. Because remember, her roommate's in love with her father. Her father's a famous actor from the States.
Yeah.
So anyway, her roommate's in love with her father. Her roommate sneaks out the very next night after the first murder, and she meets up with a boy outside of the school for a minute, and then the boy wusses out and fucking takes off. And then now Jennifer's asleep. However, this girl ends up getting killed by the killer, and Jennifer doesn't see it in her sleep, but she knows something's up because she starts to sleepwalk, but she talks herself out of it because she was talking to Dr. Loomis, and he told her, "Hey, if you find yourself sleepwalking, tell yourself you're only sleepwalking and wake up." So as this is going on, this girl outside is getting murdered by the murderer. She gets fucking whacked after the boy takes off and she goes outside. So now she goes outside, and then a firefly guides her. Guides her to the glove. Now she finds this glove and the murder weapon. The girl's gone. Her roommate's dead. Gone. The killer covets the bodies and takes them. So she finds this glove, takes the glove, goes up to her room, turns her lights on, and then sees there's maggots in the glove, and then lets out a scream.
Yeah.
Then
that's when
then
the school
they really
freaks
start
out.
busting her balls.
Okay.
Because she sleepwalked the night before. The next night she's screaming in her room, and her roommate's missing. So now, everybody's on her. The kids are teasing her. The fucking headmistress is busting her balls. We got to get this chick checked out.
Wait. I have to talk about the scene where she finds the firefly. Because the music and the scene to me don't gel whatsoever. It's fucking she sees the fire, she's wandering outside, she sees the firefly, and they obviously have some kind of connection, but the music is so fast paced and dun, 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 you know, something is. This is an action scene, and it's going really. But yet she's tiptoeing behind the Firefly, 2 feet at a time. You know, she's going as slow as possible, and yet the music is like bum 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 dun 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 dun. It's like she couldn't be moving slower. You know, if she tried. I know she's sleepwalking or whatever. She's following a bug. You know, but. I'm like, this just doesn't gel with me. I didn't really. Yeah. Did you think otherwise? Really?
I didn't realize it because they had so many options. Because they had Goblin doing their thing, like they always do with their Generals movies.
Yeah.
And then they also had a heavy metal soundtrack.
There was like Iron Maiden songs. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they had some good music.
Flash of the Blade, the worst fucking track on Power Slave, and they use it not once but twice in the movie. But that's another story. It's
right.
It's a B-side for fucking Iron Maiden's. Iron Maiden Power Slave is a great album, and whatever. Flash of the Blade would be a B-side to one of the singles, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, they use it twice. They have Goblin. They have the heavy metal soundtrack, including fucking Iron Maiden, Motorhead, Bill Wyman, and others. Okay, and then they have Claudio Simonetti, who also scores our General's films.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So
yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah, they have all these options. Fucking Goblin is brilliant. It's all great. And then they threw shit in there. You're right, though. I didn't notice it at the time. But it does not make sense. You have 3 different options to use for your score, for your music in that scene.
No, they should have more of a drone.
Right.
Or slower paced. I mean, it was like a fucking fast pace for her.
Weird.
And she walks like 5 feet to a bush following a fucking Firefly. And it's like, oh my God, this does not make sense. My brain is like going, no, this doesn't compute. No,
I guess the music, maybe the music is being synced with the Firefly's movements.
Oh my God, I don't know. It just
maybe they're following the Firefly, which thus is the moral of the story. Not the moral of the story, but they follow the bugs. Maybe this Firefly, because you know they move fast.
No,
maybe it's bouncing around. Maybe it's accompanying. Yeah, I can't even speak.
No, I understand that. That's like the drive of the story and how she gets involved is because it's exciting that she knows or she can communicate with these insects. And they sort of lead her in the right direction. Right. But at the same time, it's like, well, it's not exciting to watch somebody walk behind a fucking Firefly. Yeah, that's not exciting.
No, it's not exciting. You're right there.
But anyways,
right. I never thought about that. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That up. Wow.
Yeah, because
that's a flaw. That's a little slip of the banana.
But anyways, it leads her to a glove. That's what you said. It leads her to a glove that has maggots in it, and that's kind of the impetus for the rest of the movie. Is that these insects are able to lead her to where the murderer used to live? Is that
here's what it is. It's that particular fly. It's only he calls it
the sarcophagus.
Yes, it's that fly, and these maggots are they are laid by that fly, and they are only attracted to dead bodies.
Right,
dead bodies only. That's all they feed off of are dead human carcass, and
gross.
Therefore, yeah, it is fucking sick, right? Yeah, the fucking food chain. See, who's on top of the food chain? Also, sarcophagus, right?
Right.
But there they are, and then that comes into play later on when they become the fucking big investigators to get to the bottom of everything. But like you were saying before, they give her the mental tests because all that shit goes down, and they're gonna send her to a mental hospital. They're saying, okay, we're going to check you out. We're going to either send you to a mental hospital or the kids are teasing her. They're going, we worship you. We worship you. Poor girl. It was reminiscent of the Carrie scene.
Well, when that happens, she shows everybody what's fucking up.
Yeah, she sure does.
Okay, so to give you guys, aspect of what we're talking about, she all the girls in the school find out that she has a fucking relationship with insects, and they start teasing her. They just gang up on her at once in the hallway.
They're already against her because she's the daughter of somebody famous.
Yeah,
And then she sleepwalks. They think that she's Little Miss Priss.
She's a
around.
weirdo. Yeah, she wants attention and all this stuff. But then she likes insects, and it's like, oh, you're a weirdo.
Right.
And they're all acting like insects, being like, we worship you. You're the queen. You know, and all this stuff. And fucking then that's when she actually is able. It's kind of like Carrie. You're right.
Yes, it is like Carrie.
Yeah, it kind of awakens something in her, and she's able to summon the insects now.
And then she says, I love you all. Remember,
Yeah.
she makes the big statement, and she goes, I love you.
I
In a
think
way, it's touching, but in a way, it's weird.
Well, I think that was like an awakening in her mind.
Right.
It's like it took those kids rattling her to such an extent that it woke her up, essentially. It's like talking to the doctor kind of woke her up, but this really like shook her, you know, emotionally. And so she's like, yes, you know,
It was cool.
I can do this with these insects.
And they all fucking come around, and they
Yes.
fucking, a bunch of flies, and they come up against the windows, and they're pressed up against the windows, and it's there for all the girls and the headmistress and everybody to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're teasing me. Guess what, motherfucker? I am
Yeah.
the fucking Lord of the Flies. Fuck you. You know?
Yeah.
And here they come. But she's peaceful about it. She's like, I love you all, yada, yada, yada. You know, and it's...
Yeah, and she essentially she freaks all the other girls out.
Right.
And it's weird because, again, as we talk about it, it sounds so ludicrous.
Right.
But really, I mean, you know, and there's lunacy in it, but Argento makes it work within the story because it's not like it's not essentially the primary part of the story. You know, it's just a component of the story. You know what I mean? It's not the main focus of the story. If it was, it would be absolute, you know, idiocy. You know, it wouldn't make any sense. But it's just a part of the story, and it's part of this young girl's like coming of age. You know. And her understanding herself and stuff like that, and so that's what really makes it interesting.
Fuck it, well put, Wizzel.
Yeah,
it is a component, and it is a coming of age situation. That's what I'm saying. You get it, you know, and not everybody is gonna get it when they watch a film like that.
Well,
if they listen to us, maybe, you know, and then watch it. But I mean, I hear you. How some people could be put off by it.
It took me a couple of viewings because the first viewing, I recognized the fucking giallo aspect and stuff, but I was like, I don't fucking get all this bug shit. You know, it's like if they would have taken this out, I would have liked it more. But the more times I watched it, I was like, okay, this is just a component, and it's a unique component, and it makes sense, and if you realize that this girl is coming of age and all this stuff at the same time, you know, it's an interesting part of the tale. You know, it's more unique than anything you've ever seen before. So why not embrace that uniqueness? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Very good, and it is too.
Yep. So shit.
So they go.
Okay,
they go on investigation.
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis basically tells her, okay, listen, she ran away from school because they were going to put her in a mental institution or hospital and do this shit.
She wasn't.
So she had no reason to go back to that school. So now she's rich and her father's fucking in America, and she's trying to get help from the father's lawyer, but she can't get a hold of him. He's in the Philippines. Yada yada yada. Long story, but you know, she runs away, and of course she goes to Dr. Loomis, and he goes, well, listen, since you left school, why don't we just figure out this murder? Let's get to the bottom of this. You and this sarcophagus fly are gonna go, and you're gonna find out where the fucking dead body.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be the detectives. Yeah,
yes, It was cool because it made sense.
At this point, I was like, this is the most interesting fucking movie I've ever seen, I think.
Right?
Holy shit, this guy in a wheelchair is telling, with a chimp assistant, is telling this 15-year-old girl to take this fly, and you're going to ride a bus and find out where exactly this killer lives?
Yeah.
This is fucking whacked out shit.
Yeah.
This is fucking bonkers shit.
Yeah, but it could happen. I mean, if it makes sense, what he said about that fly, it holds true. That if that fly would pick up the fucking a dead body. So if you can communicate with this fly and you can bring it with you, and it's gonna, it's gonna do what it does instinctively, yet it's gonna follow your orders because you're the fucking insect king, queen. Then go with it. Go with this fly. They put it in a box. Cruise around in the bus until the fly has some movement, and then follow the fly.
Yeah. And then she essentially finds the house that the young girl found in the first scene of the movie. Mm-hmm. And by this time it's months later, almost 9 months later, and they've moved out of the house. It's fucking empty. She goes in, she's wandering around, she's trying to, the fly's like, trying to lead her to stuff like that. But then all of a sudden she gets busted by the real estate agent, and he thinks that she's just the girl there trying to steal shit. Whatever. He kicks her out and all that shit, which makes sense. But then, excuse me.
What is this, fucking skeleton crew?
No, definitely not. But then there's like there's more human remains in the house, right? There's like a hand in the house, and it's covered in maggots and whatnot, and
and then the guy, a detective, right after she leaves, confronts the real estate agents. So he's on the case. He's coming down, and so everybody's, things are coming together. The detective is like, oh, what's going on here? And he's like, well, I thought this girl was sneaking in, and I'm trying to sell the house. Are you interested in buying? He's like, no, actually, I'm a detective, and I'm, trying to get to the bottom of these murders. So, they're on the case. They're trying to figure their shit out. Then, she leaves, and then the fucking she goes back to Loomis to let him know, hey, there's nobody at the house. We got chased out. I found a couple toys, because she found a couple toys in the one room, and whatever. Yeah. She's going back to tell Loomis what happened. When she gets there, the monkey is fucking outside the house, and the monkey can't get in. And all of a sudden, then the killer is in the house, and he's coming after Loomis.
Right, that was a fucking cool scene. Yes. Okay, so like the killer somehow tricked the fucking, chimp to be outside. Yeah. And so Dr. Loomis, he's in his wheelchair upstairs, and he's like, okay, my chimp nurse is freaking out. And,
what's going on? Right.
Yeah, but this leads to a really cool scene. Yeah. In that he uses a fucking like a chairlift to get up and down the stairs.
It's like Gremlins. Yes.
Yes, exactly like fucking Gremlins. Yes. Probably the best, the second best time that a chairlift has been used in a horror movie. But yeah, the killer fucking, tricks the chimp to be outside so they won't be bothered, and then lowers Loomis down on the chairlift, and then stabs him with their spear, knife, whatever it is, cane spear, while he's coming down the chairlift. And that was surprising. I didn't expect him to die in the movie, right? Or at least not that early. There's still like 40 minutes of the movie left, and I was surprised. I was like, well, he seemed like a main character, and for the murderer to instinctively attack him like that, I thought that was pretty surprising.
Yeah, the murderer knew that fucking, that they were on to her, or him, or whatever, So this is going on, and the worst part is the poor monkey is fucking trying to get in the house, and it's looking at, and the monkey witnesses the murder. It's trying to get back in. It's pounding on the doors, and it looks
insane.
In the window.
Yeah, absolutely.
Poor thing. Yeah. Then finally the killer leaves after the murder's done, and the monkey goes in the house, goes over to Loomis, and fucking is whimpering and laying up against him because the monkey knows that he's dead. It's kind of sad. It's a sad scene, really is.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because primates,
Yeah.
They have so many, different emotions and stuff, that are so similar to us. So we can't help.
We can't
help to connect. Yeah, absolutely.
And then that fucking crazy that chimp now jumps on the car of the killer as the killer pulls away.
That was pretty surping because
yes, it was.
It was out of fucking nowhere.
Yes,
I mean, it seemed like it was a little ludicrous because
a little bit.
I think they would have been down the road enough that they would have been, you know, away from this chimpanzee or whatever, but
maybe
all of a sudden they jump on the car. It's like it's like a shocking fucking moment.
That poor chimp. He goes through and then he becomes a hobo after that, and he's fucking living out of the garbage, you know.
Yeah, poor thing.
The decline of that chimp, but then he's the hero. But whatever, we'll get to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So
the chimp attacks the fucking killer, and they're trying to drive, and you know, there's no conclusion to that. The car's driving away, and the chimp is on the hood of the car, and it's going back and forth, and then the scene just, you know, cuts away, and then the next thing you know, Jennifer stumbles upon another house.
Oh, there's no.
Does she stumble upon the house? No. How does that happen? Somehow she hooks up with that other woman, Daria Nicolodi, who's the second in charge, not the headmistress, but the other girl who's a teacher at the school.
Mm-hmm.
And then she brings her in, and then she goes to the place, and she's making phone calls first. She's at the airport. She's trying to call her friend. She's like, "Listen, someone's trying to kill us."
Yeah, she's trying to call her dad's lawyers.
Yes,
and she's
Morris.
saying, "Hey, there's fucking shit going on here."
Right.
You know, it's like, I want to leave. I don't want to be here anymore. And then the lawyers contact what's her name? Mrs. Buckner, who is the head of the school.
Right.
And so she's like, you know, they're like, okay, stay with Mrs. Buckner, and then she goes and stays with her, and then it turns into what I can only compare to a Friday the 13th scene with Mrs. Voorhees.
Right, very good. Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
Yeah, no, which I love because it's like, you know, she takes her in, and all of a sudden, you know, she's talking, but you feel like she's sinister in a way, and all this stuff, and it turns out that she is, because because I think a lawyer shows up, and she
at the end, but
they're
in cahoots with them, so you think it's okay, because she's like, I talked to Morris, the agent, and they're gonna come, and whatever you need, I'm gonna take care of you while you're waiting. And then she brings her in, and as soon as she brings her in the house, you know, they're like, "Oh, don't take me to an institution." She's like, "No, I'm going to take you home, and then Morris is going to come, and it's all going to be taken care of. Don't worry about it. You know, I'm at your disposal. I spoke to your father's lawyer, and don't worry, I'm going to take care of you." And she brings her in there. As soon as she gets in, she sees all those drapes or all the mirrors.
All the mirrors are covered, and she says, "I have a son who's, you know, deformed, and I do this for him, and all this stuff." And instantly, I can't help but think about the first murder scene where someone was chained to a wall. It's like, okay, this has, you know, she's clearly the mother of the murderer. That's what I was thinking, you know.
And why the fuck would you have mirrors all over the house?
Yeah, she had, like, just take the goddamn mirror down.
Don't have mirrors. Have a mirror in the bathroom where you need it, and that's fucking it. You can have all these decorations all over the house just so this poor bastard can constantly be reminded of how fucking hideous he is.
Oh my god. So
what the fuck? He's got to call fucking sundown. Fuck. Yeah, I tell you. That's the only thing about that. If there's any slip of the banana on this movie, it's not a big one, but I'm not going to criticize Dario too much. But what the fuck? Why have mirrors then? But I guess it wouldn't have worked unless they showed you that.
Because it's a movie. They have to show, not tell. You know?
They have to really pound it down or fucking, you know?
Yeah, so it turns out, you know, I think one of the lawyers shows up, and then...
not till the end. No one shows up. She's in the house by herself.
Is that right?
Remember, she goes, take these pills and calm down.
Right.
She goes, go in the bathroom, and then she takes the pill, and she's like, you know what? I think these fucking pills are poison. She
throws it up,
Yeah, she doesn't trust her. She takes the pill, she goes into the bathroom, and in the bathroom the mirror's covered, which it should be, because you're going to have a mirror in the bathroom. I understand that. And then she takes it, she's like, you know, you know what? I think this woman's poisoning me. Something's fucking not right here. So she tries to make herself throw up, and the woman on the outside hears it, and she's like, "How dare you behave this way?"
Right.
It's kind of funny, you know. And then she pukes it up, so she doesn't end up taking the pill because she feels she's poisoned, you know. And then what
But
happens?
she she tries
she's
to.
kept prisoner because
Yeah.
all the shit comes down. Remember, the
And
detective shows. Is it the detective that shows up? And then all the shit comes down because the guy does show up. It's the detective, right? That ends up being chained in the basement.
Yeah. The guy shows up. He ends up getting, attacked, and
We don't know that, which is brilliant.
We don't know that at first. Yeah.
Yes, we don't. But you see what I'm saying? That's what's good about it. At first, we do realize that something's amiss here. She's being poisoned, and she comes out, and supposedly she has this deformed son. And we only know about the background with the chains and all that other shit in the mirrors. So we have to believe that it's true, and we piece that together. But then she presses some button, and it's like she has some high-tech fucking defense shit. And all these steel corridors come down in front of her windows and everything. And she's locked in.
Yeah,
so
it's like, holy shit. Does she have
Yeah.
a fucking army base going on? What the
Right?
fuck?
She has some high-tech shit like the fucking...
Like, how much money would it be to fucking install all this shit? Holy fuck.
Right, she's got it going on with that shit.
Jesus
She's
Christ.
She's got that shit on lockdown like fucking Day of the Dead. Yeah,
You're right.
There's no fucking around, you know? So a detective comes up to the house, and the woman goes outside, and she seems to be strolling along with him calmly and talking. I don't know what he asks her. He says something about, so we had one instance of somebody trying to break into an asylum. And anyway, they're talking about something else. But the detective is obviously a little suspicious of something. But we know what that is yet, So the girl's trapped. So what really gets cool is a few minutes later, when you start hearing screaming from the basement and the girl's trying to get out, she finds the weapon, remember? And she uses that to get out because the girl takes the phone. The old lady, not the old lady, Mrs. Buckner takes the phone.
Yeah, Mrs. Buckner. Yeah.
Yes. She takes the phone because she sees that Jennifer Connelly is trying to call out on it. She puts it in the other room over this thing. Now, Jennifer finds this thing, and guess what? It's the same tool that we see the killer use. You piece it together, and it's real long. So she's going to take this thing and use it to get the phone back. And as she's doing that, she's hearing screaming from the basement, which to me is scary. Because I'm thinking it's her fucking deformed son, and he's fucking screaming.
And he's the killer and all this shit, yeah. But then she knocks the phone down this fucking cavern corridor.
Right. Yeah.
She ends up crawling after it.
Yep.
She ends up going into her room. She finds the fucking detective. And
it's cool because she's about to grab the phone to call 911 or whatever it is back then. And as she grabs the phone, she's on it. A hand reaches up and grabs her. You think, holy fuck, it's the deformed son.
It's the killer. Yeah. You think instantly it's the killer.
Yes.
But no,
And
it's not. It's the fucking
Right.
detective.
And it's like now.
And this is one of the cooler scenes in the movie, I think, because this is like a precursor to like a Hostel movie or something like that. It has the detective, and he's chained to the wall. And he's like, what the fuck, freaking out, and she falls into this pit.
Yes.
Of fucking bodies and disgustingness, and I'm
it's like Poltergeist in the pool.
Yes, it's exactly like Poltergeist. Yes. Oh my god! But it's like all these decaying bodies and stuff like that, and it is fucking disgusting. And that's the kind of thing I want to see in this movie.
Yeah.
And she's freaking out. He's there, and then all of a sudden, Mrs. Buckner comes into the fold. And this dude he does a thing that you only do in movies. I don't think you would ever do this in real life. He breaks his fucking thumb or whatever just to get out of the handcuffs.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
It's a great idea for a movie.
Yeah.
Would you ever do this in real life? I don't know.
To escape death, I would try if the thought crossed my mind. Now that I've seen this movie, I would think to try it, yeah.
Right, now that you've seen
mean?
this movie, you would think to
about
try
it.
If
To
you
me,
were
it's
ever
like
captured
Saw.
and chained to a wall. Yeah, it's exactly like Saw. It's like
Saw. Yes.
Yeah,
Which is cool.
would you break your fucking bones to get out?
It's like
I
Saw.
don't know. It's
like
crazy.
Life or death. Would you saw off your own fucking foot to get out of those ankle locks? Of course you would. If you could, if the thought crossed your mind, hey, this is my only chance to survive, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. It's life or death. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. That's all there is to it.
Right.
It's a clever idea by the writer to come up with that. Just it was for this and it was for Saw. It's good.
True, I can't argue that.
It's cool shit. How about the laugh? How about when she was laughing at her and she was laughing at him when they were shooting? It was ha 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 ha. She was doing that laugh. Do you realize that laugh is the exact same laugh? Only because I've seen the movie a million times. It was the exact same laugh in the climax of Suspiria when the girl goes up to the room and she fucking Imelda Marcos is taunting her. You come to kill Imelda Marcos, American girl. I'm telling you, it was
really? Holy shit!
Yes, I would bet if I can wager it. I would bet that Argento used her voice and that laugh for that scene in Suspiria, even though it was 8 years earlier. Because she did appear in that movie, Daria Nicolodi, as a woman in the airport for a brief scene.
Well, let's go to the phones. We have Dario Argento on the line. You are live. Oh wait, no, we don't.
Don't I wish? Holy fuck! But I'm telling you, that laugh is identical. Watch that and then stop it, pause it, whatever the fuck. Put on Suspiria in the climax when she comes upon the witch, and it's the exact same laugh. Because I noticed it right away. I was like, holy fuck. And I haven't watched Phenomena in probably like 3 years. But I've watched Suspiria probably like 6 times in the last 3 years. Yeah. So it's fresher in my memory. So I watched it like, holy fuck, that's Imelda Marcos' laugh. That's pretty fucked up. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But maybe, hey, somebody call in and say something. I think it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, let us know. So, Jennifer gets out of the pit, and then
yeah, what's next? That's crazy.
What she comes face to face with the fucking kid. Is that what happens next?
Yeah,
because
she runs off.
This part, I mean,
yes, this is weird.
When she meets the kid, I'm sorry, but this part takes me fucking way out of this movie, and I hope you agree with me, but this kid should have been different for this movie.
I agree.
Oh my god.
He was she comes across the room when she hears like whimpering, and suddenly she sympathizes with him, and she thinks obviously that the mother's crazy because of everything. Yeah. She's trying to kill her, and she's done this to the guy, and of course you're going to think the woman's fucking batshit crazy. So she stumbles upon the room, and she's like, you don't have to cry anymore, because this little kid is whimpering in the corner.
Yeah. It's a little kid. It's like 8 years old. But then it turns around and it's like a monster straight out of the fun house with fucking huge jaws and a fucking... I'm like, this doesn't compute with the fucking movie.
I can overlook that. I can see that the child is monstrous. That is fine. I can see that it has fucked up teeth and it's monstrous and it's a fucking hidden secret and wherever it came from, it came from.
Yeah, but the kid is like malicious. He's like...
He has maggots on his face. That's my problem.
No, that too. Yeah.
That's what frickin' strikes me as really fucked up.
He has like a skin condition that... I don't know. Yeah, he has maggots on his face. He has
way
fucking...
Overboard. Yes.
Yeah, he has he's trying. It's like he's trying to attack all the fucking ideas at once. He's a mongoloid of some sort, but he's also he wants to kill everything he sees.
Yeah, he's fucked up.
But he wants to attack her instantly, and he has maggots on his face. Like, why is this fucking skin rotting? I don't understand. Maggots only go to where there's rotting flesh.
The only thing I could say, maybe because there's dead bodies everywhere, that there's maggots are permeating the premises. So therefore, because this kid's chained up, and he's got fucked up skin to begin with, the maggots are attracted to his skin. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you're fucking reaching. That doesn't make any sense.
I agree. I'm not gonna suspend all my fucking everything. just because it's Argento. No, it's fucked up. I agree. They should have left the maggots off his face and just let him, and he just should have been deformed.
Yep. So the fucking
they went overboard.
Yeah. But
I know.
They really lose me in this last few minutes. The fucking kid attacks the girl, and she ends up calling upon flies. Is it flies to fucking?
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of flies because she runs outside
to swarm him. Yeah,
she goes on a boat, and then he's in a boat with her, right?
Right.
He attacks her in the boat.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole situation, fucking, and yeah, she does call upon the flies. Because
she calls upon, a swarm. I mean, they fucking cloud the sky.
There's
so many fucking flies, and they swarm him. They take him over. There's like an explosion. He fucking, supposedly
fire,
dies.
There's gasoline.
Yeah.
It gets out of control.
All this shit happens. She swims for her life. There's fucking fire everywhere. She gets attacked by him. Yeah. When she's under the water and all this stuff. And I'm just like,
it's out of control.
This part fucking loses me big time. I understand the part of her like bringing the flies to attack the villain, but it's like this little kid who is like a monster I mean, it would be more believable if he had only one eye and he was like a cyclops. He was like so ludicrous. I didn't believe it. That kind of took me out of it. It
was pretty fantastical.
Yeah. And for that to happen right at the end of the movie, I was like, okay, you're fucking losing me, dude. Yeah. Like I'm on board with the insect thing, and then all of a sudden you introduce an 8-year-old kid who's like a fucking, the kid from the Funhouse. He has a fucking gnashing teeth and he's fucking weird and all this stuff and he wants to kill people. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of lost me there.
You. Right. It's crazy. It really is crazy. It's fucking outlandish. And they could have gone a different way with it.
Yeah, I wish he did because it would have been a much better movie. I still enjoy it because
it's still
she kills the kid, she swims to shore.
Well, they kill the kid. The fucking
the flies.
And he burns and whatever because there's all that shit going on.
Yeah.
Then she swims to shore.
She swims to shore and then she sees the lawyer. Yeah. The lawyer shows up and is like, "Oh my god, I'm saved." Yeah, and this scene saves the last 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because the lawyer is running towards her and you think, okay, this is the end of the movie. That was it, and then all of a sudden the fucking lawyer gets his head fucking cut off.
Yeah.
In a point of brilliance by the fucking mother of the mongoloid, child or whatever. And that was great.
Yep.
That saved, like I said, that saved the last 5 minutes because I was taken out of it so much by that fucking kid. And
I hear you.
And the sudden death, and not only a death, but a beheading,
Right.
that saved it.
Yeah,
to me.
It was great. Yes, I agree. It did. Took you right back into it. Like, whoa!
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Fucking beheading, badass.
And you realize that, okay, the mother is the crazy one. She's trying to protect her son, and she's insane, and she's doing all this killing and whatnot.
Right.
And
then one more ridiculous thing before fucking she's about to kill.
Yeah,
Jennifer.
and then Irma. Irma? Is that?
Inga.
Inga.
They show Inga searching through the garbage in between the scene where after Loomis gets whacked and now they show Inga searching through the garbage looking for food and everything else, and Inga comes across this fucking what is it, like what are those things called, those old school shavers where they used to shave men with the razor and that long thing. There must be a word for it. I don't know what it is, but it'll fuck you up, whatever it is.
Right, a straight razor. Yeah.
It's a straight razor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking... Inga comes across a straight razor in the garbage while she's looking for food. and sees that. Well, now suddenly the woman comes and says, and she kills Morris, the fucking lawyer, and says, blah, 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 blah. You guys are on to me. I was trying to protect my son. Giving her whole fucking speech. I had to protect, whatever. And then she's fucking about to come after, Jennifer. And out of nowhere, here comes Inga with the fucking straight razor to save the day. And boy, oh boy, yes, it's a little ridiculous that her timing was impeccable.
Yeah,
sure.
But
wow, what a payoff.
Dr. Loomis showed her exactly how to do it in the opening scene with her. He showed her on a piece of paper. He's like, no, this will cut you. See, just like this.
Oh, you're right.
And, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's a fucking callback.
No, exactly, dude.
Fuck?
She came in with a knife on the opening scene with them, and he's like, no, you don't use this. See what happens? And he cuts a piece of paper, and that's exactly what happens at the end. She takes a knife and she fucking cuts her to death because she knows that she's wrong and she's evil. But that's like the smartest chimp in the fucking world, dude.
It's great, though. That's great. I never made the connection of the beginning scene with the paper.
Yeah,
and instructing, and then coming back in the climax.
Exactly,
all the times
dude.
I've seen this. Holy fuck.
Yep, that's a definite callback. Where the chimp learns exactly what a knife is from Dr. Loomis in the opening scene. Because at first, she or he is just playing with it, and he's like, nope, you don't want to use this because this is what happens. And he just takes it on a piece of paper and just slices it. Oh, and then that comes back later, and she's like, yeah, I know what this does. This is going to ruin your face, motherfucker.
Right. What a revelation, though. I never thought about that. But very good. And great that he fucking really tore her ass to shreds.
Oh, yeah.
That was bloody fucking finale.
That and the beheading really redeemed the last 5 minutes, because anything with that kid on the screen was fucking garbage. Oh my god,
Can't dispute that, right?
Oh boy, that was the worst part of the movie. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I hear you. I don't know what the fuck was up with that.
It looked fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, the special effects were fucking terrible. The kid is growling and all that stuff, and being like, like he's attacking people. It's like he's 8 years old. Why would he attack people with malicious intent? It wouldn't happen.
He was just a mentally disturbed mongoloid.
I understand that would happen in the funhouse, and that's what happened in the funhouse. But here it's like, no, I'm gonna kill you. I'm a murderer. It's like, dude, you're fucking 8 years old. I don't care if you look hideous or not. You're not going to just do that.
Yeah. I hear you. It was pretty fucked up. I guess they could have had more time to explain it, but they didn't. They didn't bother to explain it.
I think if the son was older, I think the son just should have been older, because it was like it was clearly played by like a midget, in a mask, and it didn't make sense. If it was like a 20-year-old mongoloid who was a monster and she was trying to keep secret and stuff like that, that would have made more sense. But it was a really young kid, and why would any young kid want to kill someone? No young kid would want to do that.
Would you have been happier if it was that fucking that red belly thing from Lord of Salem?
Oh god, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Could you imagine?
Dude, no.
Would you have been happier if that thing was in there?
No, that fucking quack. Get the.
We're gonna do that movie someday.
Oh, whatever. Oh, brother.
That thing was great.
Great. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
But it was great,
Yeah, ridiculous. Yes, you're right.
I agree. I confess. I confess up to my shit.
Okay.
Like, I love fucking Argento, but that thing was ridiculous. Yes, the guy is brilliant. His movies are wonderful. I fucking love the guy as a director. That part in that movie was ridiculous. I'm not blind to the fact. Yes. That thing in Rob Zombie's Lords of Salem was ridiculous, yes. But whatever, I still got joy out of it. What can I say?
You're kind of turning me around on Lords of Salem, but I mean,
Thank you.
so
At the end of this shit, I'm gonna have you talk Lords of Salem and House of a Thousand Corpses. Damn it, we're gonna do the Rob Zombie fucking retrospective. But
I don't know about that.
You're gonna be loving corpses and fucking Lord of Salem more than you like Devil's Rejects, like I do.
Okay, we'll see. But anyways, I don't know about that. So the movie ends with the chimp, whatever. Irma? Is that right? I keep wanting to call the Irma.
Yours and Alex would fucking
Inga.
Holy fuck.
Inga
Stenson.
and Jennifer on the shore, and they have like a moment. They're like, okay, it's over.
Yeah, they hug.
It's a happy.
They're happy, you know.
So
it wasn't necessarily a Day of the Dead ending, you know, or fucking they're sitting on the beach, fucking.
No, it wasn't super happy, but it was, it was kind of happy.
It was cool. You know, it was a little ridiculous that the monkey was there at that given time, but the payoff with the fucking slicing and dicing of that woman's face was nice. It was a nice bloody scene. And
no, absolutely. And the beheading before that was a shocker, and it was greatly needed, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, and you know, just when you think something's going to go on in an art general movie, if the plot gets a little bit weak in this point, you're going to get a payoff with violence. It's vice versa. It's just the way his movies work. Nothing is perfect except Suspiria.
well, we'll talk about that on another podcast. But so, what do you rate this movie, Phenomena, from 1985, 1 through 5? What do you give it?
I give it a 4.
4. You said that at the beginning. I thought maybe I could sway you in another direction.
Me? What did I say at the beginning? I said I couldn't give one of his movies less than a 3. Guys.
You said,
and I said I wouldn't give a 5. That's all I said. Right?
True. Yeah, I guess that's what you said.
4 is fair. Why? You really think it's less than a 4? Given all the things you said about the beautiful opening scene and this and that and the other thing and the story and the fucking plot and boy, do I gotta sell it? Shit.
No, I am predisposed to like this kind of movie. I already like Italian cinema, and horror, and as we talk through the movie, I kind of appreciate more the the relationship the Jennifer had with the insects and all that stuff like that. So I would probably give it a 3.5.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, there's some things that, really bring it down, like the son coming in who looks like a fucking...
I agree.
A freak. I mean, that dropped... I mean, god damn it. That was only 5 minutes of the movie, but that dropped the movie a full point for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I wish that fucking wasn't there because that was really bad. The scene that I talked about where the lightning bug and Jennifer with the fast-paced music and she's just slowly walking behind it and there's fast-paced music. It's like, oh my god, this does not belong together. Holy shit.
And I never noticed it. That's the funny part. Shit. Wow.
But
I hear you. I can understand that.
But I mean, really, the uniqueness of this movie and the style of this movie. I mean, it's well acted. You got Donald Pleasance. He's a classic actor. He does no wrong in this movie. Jennifer Connelly, perfect.
Very good job.
I mean, she does great. Holy shit.
She nailed it, man.
Yeah, she is clearly a classic actor.
Yeah.
Even as a young girl in this movie, she does great. And she sells the whole insect thing. If it wasn't for her, if it was for, somebody else, I don't know if they could do it because that's a hard sell.
Yes, it is.
Mean, nobody has ever done this. A girl connecting with insects and there's a murderer. I mean, this is so unique. It's ridiculous, and he makes it work, even though there's parts of it that, you know, that are absurd. Argento makes it work, and so I give it a 3.5. I mean, it's not his best stuff. I mean, we'll get into that eventually.
No, it's not his best, but it's still pretty good.
It's still very good. It's definitely not any of his weaker stuff, even though you've said that he can do no wrong.
I'm just saying I haven't seen one less than a 3. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I give it a 3 is not so bad. Whatever.
Yep. True. 3 is like it. So I give this a 3.5, and I would say I would recommend this to horror fans. I would say peel it back. It's a mild, weak peel it back because it has so much fantasy elements in it with the insects and stuff like that. Some people would find it hard to get into, but I would still recommend it to most people. I would say peel it back, and I'm assuming you would as well.
Of course, and anyone listening to the show, I mean, you're a horror fan to begin with, you better fucking watch this movie.
or else.
I'm just saying, if you like horror movies, get on this shit, because I really don't think you're going to be disappointed. You've heard the worst parts of it, and you've heard the best parts.
Yeah, no,
the best parts far outweigh the worst.
It's the most fucking unique movie in the slasher giallo genre that you've ever seen. Because I mean, it's just unique. I mean, you've heard us talk about it. It's fucking unique.
yeah, but watch it. It's enjoyable. You know.
Yep.
Sit
absolutely.
back one night by yourself or with friends or whatever. Check it out, man. It's fucking peel it back. Watch this movie. You know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But you know, it's recommended as far as I'm concerned.
Yep. I recommend it. Absolutely. Peel back. So, with that said, we're going to take a little break, and then we'll be back with something that we like to call the Terrordome.
Well, welcome to the Terrordome.
That's right, motherfuckers. Welcome to the Terrordome. Thank you, Chuck D and Flava Flav. You can now exit the building. You know, we'll pay your fees later, but it's been a pleasure. Welcome, everyone, to the Terrordome.
Woohoo! Thanks, Public Motherfucking Enemy. Dropping science for over 20 years. Loving that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you guys don't know, this is where we take the villains of the movies that we were just talking about, and we place them in the Terrordome to a battle to the bloody death to see who's gonna be victorious. And this one, we got a unique one. We've never been in a situation like this. It's always been, not always, but it's never been a female upon female Terrordome, ever.
This is our fucking first cat fight, man.
Yeah, absolutely. First cat fight. So we... yeah, because if they're wrestling, at any moment they might kiss.
Oh, that's right. They just might.
They just might. So we got the crazy dance instructor from Murder Rock. What's her name? Candace. Okay. Mm-hmm. We got Candace from Murder Rock, and she's batshit crazy. Then we got the fucking, the crazy instructor from Phenomena, and what's her name?
What's her name? Miss Buckner?
Miss Buckner, yes. Oh, Miss Buckner. She's already got an advantage. She's not known by her first name. It's only Miss Buckner. Oh, that's an advantage right there. But no, seriously. Okay, so we put these two bitches in the Terrordome, and they're going to fight to the death. And let's look at their physicality.
Round 1. Fight!
I have to say that this is probably a clear toss-up.
Yeah.
With their physicality, I mean, like they never really overcome anyone in either of these movies. You know,
they're not challenged.
No, never. The chick in Murder Rock, she just, you know, chloroforms all the victims, and the Mrs. Buckner in Phenomena, she only attacks like 15-year-old girls. So, I mean, really, their physicality should never come into play in this.
But I tell you, I think Candace, you know, she's a dancer. She's younger.
Oh.
And she's in better shape.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Don't you think?
No, absolutely. I didn't think of that. Okay, yeah.
Miss Buckner's a little older. And,
yeah, she's a dancer. She's in better shape.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's a dance instructor. She's a fucking... If she didn't have an injury earlier in her life, she would be a fucking... You know, she'd be one of the Rockettes or something like that.
Okay,
she's physically fit. We could at least say that.
But does that injury put her on the same level as Mrs. Buckner? I mean, or does that give her an advantage?
It probably, you know, levels the playing field a little bit because it's enough to, you know, it's enough to keep her out of the dancer's spotlight. So,
right.
I guess it's enough that it. I mean, there's no noticeable limp or anything like that. She just can't, you know, do fucking spectacular dancing moves. So, you know, I don't know how much that comes into play for a battle, but I guess it might wane a little. I think that might actually level the playing field.
I would say that it would level the playing field.
But I bet she has more stamina.
Okay, so that gives her a leg up.
I think a small.
Okay, a small. Okay.
Advantage.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give her the point on this one.
Yeah, let's give her something.
It gives her enough. Yeah, it gives her enough to be a leg up on Mrs. Buckner. Now, okay, so moving into the second round of weaponry.
Fight!
Now that is a clear advantage, I think, because if you're battling someone to the death, are you going to have a fucking hat pin? Or are you going to have a knife on the end of a cane, you know, in a spear-like fashion?
Don't forget the chloroform.
Oh, brother. Oh, you're right. I did forget.
Yeah, I mean, it's the pin, but first she knocks him the fuck out with chloroform and a cloth.
Yeah.
Now, that would actually kind of be an interesting fight. I would purchase a ticket to see one woman fight another woman. One woman's probably about...
Well, either way, yeah.
Okay? Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, sure. I'll watch any cat fight, yes, I agree.
Sure,
but
yeah.
Picture that. One woman's probably 15 to 20 years older than the other one. She has a nice, long fucking spear weapon that she made herself that's cool and shit. And she can do some real damage with it. And the other woman is younger, a little more agile, and has chloroform on a bottle and a cloth. And then when she knocks somebody out, she fucking sticks him in the heart with that long-ass needle. The question is, can she get close enough to the girl with the spear to knock her out with the chloroform?
Yeah.
That's really what it all comes down to.
I'm going to go with no.
I'm going to go with no also.
Yeah, I have
But
to go
I
with
think
no
it might be
because...
close.
Yeah, I would see it being close, but at the same time, she has the reach with that staff, you know, with the knife on the end. I think she can keep anyone away from her that she wants to, and that would give her an advantage. I think so. Yeah.
And she's pretty fucking handy with it because you got to think about what she does. She
Oh,
gets
God.
somebody, right? I mean, the deaths and the phenomena, the things that she does. She's right on. She's not playing with that tool. I mean,
she's not fucking around. I mean,
No.
what's her name in Murder Rock? She is really meticulous and takes her time, even when her victim is passed out. It's like,
right.
Oh my god, just fucking kill her already. You know, who cares?
Right.
So, yeah, I think you're right. So we definitely, excuse me, have to give the point to what's her name, Mrs. fucking
Buckner.
Yeah, Mrs. Buckner. In fucking Phenomena. I think that's got to go to her in that round. So that really only leaves one round, and that is intelligence. Now, okay, this is another tough one. It's, I mean, I would almost view them both on the same playing field. I don't know. Let's see. Which one is more crazy? I think that's what you gotta evaluate. They both seem out of their minds, but which one is more murderous or vindictive or whatever, malicious in the thought process? I don't know.
I hear ya. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're both fucking batshit crazy, I think.
Yeah.
But who presents themselves as being more normal?
Okay, there we go. That's how we.
That's what it is.
Out.
I mean,
yeah.
It's just like in normal life. There's a lot of crazy. I won't say women. There's a lot of crazy people walking around out there, but who is able to pass themselves off more as normal? That's what it really. That's what's important. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
See.
Jeez,
They both are pretty even because they're both like. Well, Bruckner is the number 2, right? Because the number 1 is is the headmistress.
Yep.
And what do you call it? Bruckner and what's Candace. Candace is she came in and kind of took over the position at the dance studio, and there's a little bit of beef there, and she has a little bit of hold the fuck on. She hooks up with a guy that she dreamt about killing her and dates him seriously. Boom, 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 ding, 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 ding. Fucking game over. That woman is fucking out there.
Yeah, she's fucking nuts. Yeah.
At least Bruckner didn't let any dick fucking interfere with her shit whatsoever.
True. Yeah, absolutely. So she's not going to be distracted in order to take over, the murder rock lady. Whatever.
Right, that's it, man. Bruckner gets down to the matter at hand. And that's it. And the other one, she's got too many fucking issues about her injury, and she's not dancing, and these dancers are better than her, and the old boyfriend, and what happened with the hit and run. The other woman has one problem. Her son's fucking deformed and is fucking maniacal, as is she. But, you wouldn't suspect it till the end. Where the other woman clearly has issues throughout the movie.
Oh, she's got a lot of issues. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And would that mean that this is our first winner take all Terrordome, where somebody just fucking clears every category?
No, hold on a second.
Wait a minute, what'd I miss?
The girl Candace took the first category, didn't she? Because she's younger, and we have intelligence, we have weaponry, and we have
physicality.
Physicality. She took physicality because of her youth.
Did we give that to her?
Or did we give it a tie? I know we didn't give it to Bruckner. I'll tell you that. So it was at least a tie.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we may have given it to Candace because she was younger and more agile being a dancer.
Still.
Because
okay. So that's good. That's good. I didn't want to sweep. So
there's been no sweeps.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, good. So clearly, though, Mrs. Buckner, because she's less crazy, and because she has a better weapon, she would definitely take out what's her fuck from Murder Rock.
Yes, Miss Candace. Yeah.
Candace. I keep wanting to say Veronica. I don't know why, but Candace. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. So boom. I think, yeah, with that weapon, and she's less distractible, I think is the way to go. Candace, she's just fucking all over the map. You can fucking, do a helicopter dick in front of her and she's gonna freak out. I don't know. Yeah. So Mrs. Buckner is clearly gonna take this Terrordome. I mean, hands down. I mean, That was probably the fastest Terrordome we've ever been through. But yeah, she's definitely going to take it. So hats off to her. Holy shit. Now.
Yeah. She's badass.
Now, on the ongoing King of the Hill Terrordome.
Yeah, right. There's no question.
Where is she gonna? Yeah, no, she's definitely not gonna last.
Madman's fucking squashing her ass.
Yep, Madman's gonna take her ass. So
eventually, Madman's gonna have a challenge, and it's gonna be good to talk about. But it's fucking certainly not this.
It's not this. I'm telling you, we gotta watch fucking Friday 7. I think.
No, it doesn't count. We can't have fucking, what do you call it?
No, you're right. We can't
on our walkthroughs.
Yeah, we can't have franchises. No.
Yes, but eventually, there's going to be an undiscovered talent that's going to come out of the woodwork and upset the Madman.
Please, listeners, send in. Tell us who can fucking beat the Madman in the Terrordome. We want to know. Bananalaser at gmail.com. Please send us an email. Post it on our Facebook page. Drop us a voicemail at whatever the telephone number that is. 314-720-8842. We want to hear your opinions on these ridiculous movies that we love.
Yes, and we want to put new titles on the wheel for our walkthroughs.
Absolutely.
So if you got a good villain, let's fucking at least stick him on the wheel. Maybe he'll get selected for the King of the Hill or what have you. Let's
Absolutely.
Let us fill us in. We're fucking all ears, man. We don't know everything here. We know very little, actually.
we know very little. We just like to watch movies, and yeah. So with that is the conclusion of the Terrordome, and that is the conclusion of Bananalaser for this time. We love it. We love talking to you guys. We're gonna get out of here. Dave, do you have anything to say to these assholes before we leave?
Anything to say before? Well, this is usually your department. No. I have nothing to say. No, not really. I have lots to say, but I'm going to sum it up quickly and say thank you for the support, and hope these shows aren't running too long for you guys. And please, we can't stress it enough. We'd like some feedback about the show itself. We have a lot of fun on the pages on Facebook and everything else. But give us an email, give us a fucking voicemail. Don't forget the contest, and weigh in. We want to hear what you have to say. If we're doing something right, tell us. If we're doing something wrong, tell us. And don't forget about the contest. And, thank you once again. And, we're going to keep on keeping on as long as you keep tuning in. So.
Absolutely. Yep. And so with that, we are going to get out of here. Don't forget to, like Dave said, send us a voicemail for the contest to win a Skeleton Crew t-shirt that I made myself. I mean, come on, guys. My blood, sweat, tears, and maybe even my semen are on these shirts. So check them out. So with that, I leave you with a thought to ponder. Bananalaser. I mean, what the fuck is that? See you later, fuckers.
Leave it there.